And which one? Yes, sir. You know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for the late night boxing. So Usyk says he got three more fights left in him. Three more fights. Sounds like three too many for me. I don't really know why that dude is still fighting, to be real with you. I don't get the impression that he needs the money. He's made plenty of money. I don't know. He's the kind of guy who, he always has a plan. He's on a mission. So the fact that he's still fighting after he made all that money in Saudi and all the money that he made with AJ and shit, I don't really know what that dude is still fighting for. I don't really know. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But he says he has three more fights left in him. Who the three fights is gonna be? I could only get. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? I don't know why my mic is muted. What it do, MW2? What it do, round one? Yeah, Usyk said he got three more fights left in him. You know? I would rather see that dude retire, man. I don't really want to see Usyk fight anymore. I like the dude, and I'd rather see him go out on a high and watch him stick around too long and get beat by somebody. I said that many times. You got that going on. Tim Tszyu got a fight coming up. I'm glad to see that. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, but yeah, I'm glad to see that. We knew that he was going to have a tune-up en route to an Errol Spence Jr. fight, so it's not really a surprise there. MW2, what it do? I can hear you, bro. Your audio is good. I hope so. Shit, for what I'm paying these motherfuckers a year, it better be good. Usyk he should retire, bro. I don't know what the dude is still trying to do at this point. You did it all. Undisputed cruiser, undisputed at heavy. You fought all the good fighters at heavy, most of them. What else is there left to do? I could only imagine that the last two fights would probably be like Fabio Wortley, maybe. Wilder if he beats Derek Chisora. That fight is coming up. I almost forgot that I bought that pay-per-view already because they was giving away a deal where if you get Ryan and a Wilder pay-per-view together, it comes out cheaper. So I did that. And I forgot I had that shit. Like, oh yeah, I got that one too. I get to watch that one. I think it's next month. At the end of this month, that's when most of the action is supposed to be happening, I think. The Fundora Thurman, the Atalma Franklin. It's a couple of cards that are towards the end of this month. I keep forgetting the other ones, but a cluster of cards are happening like in the last 2 weeks of the month. What it do, game? And yeah, we was talking about the IBF shit earlier, with Jayo Pataya, how it's just a stupid fucking move, man. It's just a stupid move. Chisora gonna knock that man out, probably. I don't know how anybody could watch that Tyrell Herndon fight and think that Wild still got it. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe something crazier happen. Crazier things have happened, so we will see. People really do think he loses to Wortley. That shit is crazy. But that's just because Wortley is the new guy. And, in fairness, Wortley did prove that he's kind of clutch. That he's clutch. He was losing that Hooney fight. He was losing that Parker fight. And, he pulled it out. He got a knockout, People really do think, yeah, that shit is wild to me. What's good, Pumpkin? We out here, And I'd rather just see Usyk just walk away after the Rico fight, What is there left for you to do, bro? It is what it is. Then over here talking about he outperforming people. And I like Zuffa. That's the wild part. I like Zuffa. I like what they're doing. But the way y'all going about shit, you're not actually competing with nobody. A lot of the major moves that you're making are actually being made by somebody else. That's not you doing that, or Mark Shapiro, or Nick Khan. That's just Turkey overpaying motherfuckers like he was overpaying motherfuckers before. The shit y'all doing, Well, look, man, like I said, I like those cards, but that's you're not gonna tell me you out doing Matchroom with that shit. And I'm gonna talk more about that shit tomorrow, because it's a lot of material there to cover. They're like, nah, homie, I like what you doing, and I like what you trying to do, but nah, homie. At this rate, the Gina Carano versus Ronda Rousey card is better than the UFC card. They just added Francis Ngannou to that shit. At this rate, the card that MVP is doing in MMA is bigger than your shit. It's bigger. Listen, I don't know. I'm not an MMA guy, right? But I don't know who the fuck them is on that show. I do know Francis Ngannou. I do know Ronda Rousey, and I know Gina Carano. All they gonna have to do is dig up the bones of Chuck Liddell, and we got a full show. Be that as it may, my guy, that dude is a tomato can. I get a Netflix show. Motherfuckers gonna watch that shit just because it's on. They gonna watch that shit just because it's on. It's a Netflix show. I don't know. I'll be real with you that I don't know them dudes on the UFC shit. And being real with you, round one, I see a lot of MMA fans now saying that, yo, UFC sucks now. I keep seeing like videos and commentary from people that cover the sport. And yo, all I really see is people complaining and saying that Dana White doesn't care anymore. He's just phoning it in. He cares more about the boxing shit. So, just keeping it real, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna go live for that shit. That's probably gonna be one of the only times I ever go live for MMA card. It would seem that MVP, because MVP are the registered promoter for the show. They're the promoter for the show. Yo, what is good with my shit? This shit is... I don't know what's going on with my shit, bro. I had to restart my shit. It should have been Gable Stevenson versus Sorrell Gain and Pereira versus Jones. Yeah, it seems what I'm seeing, bro, is that they're basically saying that the card is kind of weak. That's what I'm seeing people saying, and I can't tell you if it's a weak card or not. All I can tell you is what I see people saying. That the shit is tight, So I don't really know. Motherfuckers saying that shit is tight, weak sauce. I couldn't tell you a good MMA card from a bad one, so I'm gonna have to ask Real Talk about that shit. I can't tell you a good card. Jules, did you see? Yeah, I seen that shit. He probably saw that Austin Trout and Jamel Herring and Paulie Malignaggi, to a lesser extent with less success, that they migrated over to bare knuckle and, they won some fights and did okay. That's probably why he doing that. I didn't have no idea that motherfucker still wanted to fight. The fact that he's his age and he still want to fight motherfuckers, that tell me you need money, homie. You need money. Because the motherfuckers that got money, once they start making it, they don't want to fight no more. Motherfuckers that got money. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind that if they put AOC in a bikini and she go out there. I wouldn't mind that at all. You know, I wouldn't mind that one bit. Round one said the card is weak. That's what I keep hearing, bro. That shit is weak. Is that shit gonna be a pay per view? Because if it's a pay per view, then that's even worse. If it's a pay per view, that's even worse. UFC 300, 200, 299, 249, and 229. I don't know, game. Like I said, I can only go off of what I see people saying. Dana has become Vince McMahon because the UFC has no competition. He became lazy. MVP might change that with their MMA event. I don't know, bro. It's supposed to be a big card. If you're doing it at the White House, I can only assume that this is supposed to be a monumental card, but I don't see people saying monumental shit. I see people saying, yo, that shit is, John Jones not on it, McGregor not on it. Those are the biggest names in the UFC. The fact that Conor McGregor, that's how I know it's a different sport though, because the fact that Conor McGregor's name still gets mentioned to fight on cards, like, and that dude ain't fighting years, it's like, how are we even having this conversation? If this was boxing, if this was boxing, we'd be like, yo, why is we still talking about this guy? But then again, Floyd is coming out of retirement, so I can't talk too much shit. Floyd is coming out of retirement, so ain't that about a bitch? I seen Sean Porter trying to say that he not broke. Y'all got to stop apologizing for motherfuckers, man. I seen that shit, and I'm like, yo, Sean, why you copping a plea for this dude? This dude is fighting because he broke, fam. It ain't complicated. Everybody seen the Heyman shit. Everybody seen he trying to sue Showtime. And now look, he about to fight Manny. Oh boy is broke. He's just broke. Why don't you just admit that? Stop being childish and just admit that shit. The dude is broke. Let's be fucking real, bro. I don't know what power slap is, but I like watching people get the shit slapped out of them. So we got unranked Bo Nickel and Michael Chandler coming off of 3 losses in a row on the main card, and a few 2 million pay-per-view buy fights. Yeah, Connor's the dude, but I would say Connor was the dude, but you guys are the MMA fans. You tell me what you think about him constantly being mentioned for fights, and he ain't fought in like damn near 4 years. That dude ain't done nothing in like 4 years. The fuck we still talking about this dude for? Also, O'Malley fighting a squash match against Zahabibi when we all wanted. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Yo, Joshua Kunju, what it do? Usyk didn't mention Kabayel's name. I mean, the shit is that look, maybe I'm being a little bit biased. Maybe that when I say that the guy earned the right to do things the way he wants to do things, I don't really have a lot of expectations for him. But that's a big part of the reason I'm like, yo, just retire, homie. Just retire. If you don't want to do this shit no more, if you at a point where you don't really want to be in competitive fights anymore, you actually earned the right to feel that way. You earned the right to feel that way. But if that's how you feeling, just retire, bro. Ain't nothing left to do. There's no more mountains to climb, bro. What you gonna do? Go for undisputed again? There's no more mountains to climb, bro. You climbed them all. Motherfucker got mad at me because I said that you see Usyk is often at a weight disadvantage, and he complain about it because you see Shakur trying to catch motherfuckers. Motherfuckers always try to justify they weak shit. Please check your internet connection. What the fuck you mean check your internet connection? Fuck is good with my internet connection? Yeah, something going on with StreamYard. This shit bugging out. It says my signal's strong. I'm telling you, ever since StreamYard got new ownership, everything always acts up now. It's always a fucking problem. I seen Jerry Soriano came back. He left me a new comment about David Benavidez, of course. Y'all dudes really be on some clown shit, Haki. I'ma do a hate mail segment focusing on what specifically he said. But just generally, y'all dudes really do be on some clown shit. Like, for real though. Y'all get high off of the lamest fucking fighters in the sport, I swear to God. Motherfucker don't gotta do nothing for y'all to be a fan of them. They don't gotta do nothing. They don't gotta. What the fuck has David done that warrants this kind of fanfare? What, bro? Motherfucker got mad at me again because I said he ain't knock out Caleb Plant. Well, he fucking didn't, bro. He didn't. You want me to believe that he gonna beat the shit out the whole world, but he can't knock out Caleb Plant? How the fuck does that work? I hope you listening, Jerry. You want me to believe this dude is the monster and he fucks everybody up and he can't knock out little old Caleb Plant? I must admit that Eddie Hearns treated El Vaquero Navarrete with the restraint that Top Rank never has. Shout out to Matchroom. Don, what it do?
How's it going, guys?
Ain't shit, man. You know, fucking StreamYard acting up. I can't even change the layout now. The fuck? The fuck going on tonight, yo?
Yeah, I finally subscribed to Paramount, but I can't wait for the old switch, bait and switch. You know, one day we'll be paying for pay-per-views on Paramount.
Of course we will, Don, because you're old enough to know that this shit is too good to last. It's too good to last. Nothing like that lasts.
Nothing. And then there's going to be another one after that, and then I'm just going to be like, well,
I give it a year. I give it at least a year, at minimum a year before it goes up. Because
if it builds momentum,
because the zone didn't go up right away. It was like two.
That took a while.
It was like 2 years, but eventually, and motherfuckers knew that was going to happen.
It was a little longer for DAZN. DAZN, I remember, what did DAZN come out? 2018, 2019, something like that?
But 2018, but late 2018, they debuted
by
in America.
2022, they started doing or 2023, they started doing the first pay-per-view. So it took a while.
Yeah.
Once they start overpaying guys and they start overpaying enough guys, then they're going to have to.
Well, the shit is that situation with Zuffa is a handicap. I mean, that situation with the IBF is a handicap. Because where before it looked like you were going to go after guys that had belts, now, you know, at least guys that have IBF titles, they got to worry about that. Well, I want to get stripped for going over there. I don't, you know, you might have guys that think.
Listen, as much of a problem that we have with these sanctioning bodies, the fighters don't want to get stripped of their titles for nothing.
Nope.
Nobody wants to get stripped. I don't think anybody wants that. I think people would refuse because there's something in a contract somewhere that stipulates that if they make X amount of money, they pay X amount of dollars. And that's really unfair, of course, but nobody realistically wants to get stripped from a title, like, you know?
No, sir.
Who
sir. Because that's a part of you know, like everybody in boxing, including the fans, is very cynical, even when it comes to the titles. But at the end of the day, for the fighters that are in there and are fighting, especially the foreign ones too, especially the British ones and those guys, they value that shit. It's like, yo, when I'm done in boxing, I could say, yo, I was a fucking champion. I wasn't just a guy fighting at the York Hall.
Yeah, and then you can have them framed or encased in glass and displayed at your house and tell everyone you were an IBF, WBO, whatever, you know. That Zuffa belt looks hideous.
I mean, look at this shit, bro. Let me pull it up for y'all. I got the motherfucking thumbnail. Look at this motherfucker.
That Zuffa belt.
Here come Ignacio with that fucking mic. Here he come. There it is.
It's your league, Jules. What the fuck?
No, it's not. Because Don shit is not doing that.
No, it's not me. No, when they put that belt on Jai last night, I was like, that thing looks like shit.
It looks like another UFC title, bro.
It
doesn't look like it's affiliated with boxing. Like it just looks like another. It
you
looks
know what
more
looks
like
like? Ford
a
F-150
wrestling belt.
No, Ford F-150 is what I'm looking at right now. Ford
Bro,
F-150.
it looks like a wrestling belt. It looks like he's about to fight fucking Bret Hart at the SummerSlam.
Bret Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart. What were those guys?
Right.
Marty Jannetty and what was the other guy? Remember that
fucking.
That's Jules' favorite tag team,
right?
the Rockers.
The Rockers, bro. Now, my favorite tag team was the Dudley Boys, bro. The Dudley Boys, the Bushwhackers, the Legion of Doom. You know,
Coco
remember the Brooklyn Brawler? Brooklyn Brawler. He used to
That
wear
dude
the
was
same
fucking
jeans.
trash.
You see the Brooklyn Brawler. He about to get when they bring the Brooklyn Brawl out, it's so he get fucked up. That's what they bring him out for. But it looks like a wrestling belt. It
looks like
it doesn't look like a boxing belt.
It doesn't even look like the World Wrestling Champion. It looks like the Intercontinental belt.
And the other thing is that it says Zuffa on it. You understand? Like it says Zuffa on it. Like I don't know.
That's lame.
They should have come out with something to something else to decorate the belt and accent it, because it just looks like a brand. It looks like a brand, like
well, that's what they are,
like a store brand belt.
But that's what they are essentially. They're a brand, and that's what they're. I don't know how it's going to play out in the future, though. Nobody's going to want to give up these belts. Nobody's going to want to give up their sanction. I mean, nobody. You have to look at how the sanctioning bodies behave to get an idea of the future. We was joking about it yesterday that Mauricio's a whore. So as long as the check clears, he don't care what hole you put it in. Yeah.
As long as
the
check clears, he don't care.
And
but Gilberto did get mad. He was the first sanctioning body president to crash out when he heard that Tom Brown endorsed the Revival Act. He actually got mad. So I wonder how he is going to behave. Why are boxing fans like this? They giving y'all more boxing and putting more money than dudes. I'm not complaining about them, bro. I told you that. I'm not complaining about them. The people that I see complaining about them, honestly, are agenda-driven people. Honest to God, and I'm talking about the fans too, though. That those are agenda-driven people there's nothing to complain about. If you're a boxing fan about Zuffa, what is there for you to be mad at? I don't get it. Like what did they do that was bad?
I got a free fight. I got a free fight last night. I'm not complaining. That was great.
That's what I'm
saying. Boxing fans kind of forgot their place, man. They forgot that you're just a customer. You're nothing. There's nothing special to
honestly,
these people. Yeah. And they forgot that that's what they
Honest
are.
To God,
you're a customer.
That I see people, because I'm an Eddie Hearn fan. Like, I'm a fan of Matchroom as a brand, as a promotion. I am a fan of the brand, but that doesn't mean I don't like what Dana or Zuffa. It's just what Devon said. People really forgot how to be boxing fans because they don't care about the boxing. I mean, in America too, though. It's like specifically, they don't really care about the boxing. They care about all like the other shit that's on the perimeter. Like, Tank about to fight Isak Cruz again, and you don't even see a swell of people saying, Isak, motherfucker, you need to be fighting Roach. The fuck? How you having a rematch with Isak? Who's that for? We wasn't asking you to do that, So yeah, boxing fans in America are not fans of boxing. They just like all the other shit that come with it. They like arguing with each other. They like being on spaces. 50% of boxing fans in America want to become content creators. Everybody's an analyst now, so it is what it is. But I don't see anything wrong with what Zuffa's doing. Like, as a customer, no, I'm getting Sunday cards now. I love it. I get cards on Sunday now. I get you get a nice size card on a Saturday, a regular size card. Yeah, and the other thing was the card was good. The fights was good. It's not like they were boring bullshit fights. Those were good fights. Motherfuckers got beat up.
Entertaining. I was surprised. I was like, oh, this is pretty good actually. I'm not. Even the main card was. I mean, I didn't think Jai even really took it out of second gear until the 8th round, and then I was like, oh shit! Now he's sweating.
Well, you know, like now they're trying to have a go at Jai for different reasons. I'm gonna say personally, I thought that was a great performance.
I did too. I mean, look, he was well composed.
Am I tripping? What's with the layout?
With what?
Yeah, something going on with StreamYard. It won't let me change the shit. Something going on with it. Let me see. Let me see what's going on.
Oh, it's like, is Jules being less vain today? Are we all on equals today or something?
Being fucking vain, bro. Y'all motherfuckers don't want to be on camera, so y'all don't need a big square. If y'all was on camera, I could see. Fuck y'all. Fuck is y'all.
Y'all don't need a big square.
Jules is operating like Marco Boxing right now.
No, because check it out. I'm gonna blow that up. Yeah, let's look at this for the next 2 hours, bro. Let's look at that. If you won't be on camera, yeah, you get the big square. If you won't be on camera, but if you don't want to be on camera, you don't need a big square. Now I'm gonna take the whole shit over. Now what? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like it's great. Like
where's country? Maybe you can put country on full square.
We'll see. Because he ain't showed up yet. And yeah, like, you know, this whole thing, the people pushing against Zuffa, I just think these are really stupid people, Don. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I really do think a lot of these people are kind of
very bad people, and they're very stupid people. I gotta tell you, they are the dumbest people I've ever met in my life. They are so dumb. These people.
That was fucking good, yo.
They are though. The dildo
dance. Bro, I gotta get him. I gotta get him to do a fucking intro for me doing that shit. I'm gonna figure out a way to do a Trump AI.
Send that nigga an audio file, bro.
Voice. Yeah, just.
Maybe he could fight the cat. Maybe he could fight the fucking cat. That cat, motherfuckers is loving that cat.
CG some dildos in his hands.
You know, I call it's the Chinese virus. You know, because it comes from China.
It's a Chinese virus, and you know what? It comes from China.
China, right? But check it out. Yeah, I really do think that, like, yo, high key, like, these people are just miserable, angry people that I don't get how you don't see the positive in Paramount coming back to boxing. And the other positive that isn't being talked about because you have to be in the loop, Top Rank is coming back to boxing, and they're likely coming back on ESPN, and that's more shows, more boxing matches, and more competitiveness. Because look, I like Zuffa and I like what they're doing. I saw all 4 shows and I liked all 4 of them. But realistically, you talking a little bit too much shit, Dana. Like, you are though. Like, like you talking wild shit. Y'all dudes is doing fights in the UFC basement, homeboy. Won't you chill out?
No, God, bro. Like, y'all aren't even doing like the good shits, bro. Y'all are at fucking the apex, dog.
My God, he said, yo, we'll probably do 45. I'm like, well, yeah, when you got guys like Charles Martin and F.A. Ajagba, you probably could do 40 fucking fights doing shit. But if Top Rank did some shit like that, they get laughed at. If Matthew did some shit like that,
if I could give my perspective, I think the people who are complaining, they're the same people who are always going to complain if it wasn't Al Heyman or someone American. This is a very American gripe. You know, like, they're really just pissed off because it's Dana and Turkey. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're getting more boxing. You know, there's really nothing to complain about. The people, they were always gonna complain. But you know, like, I'm scrolling through my stories, bro, and like homies that I know, they're watching fucking boxing on Sundays and shit. You know, like I don't think it's actually a problem. I think people, like, the people who are complaining, they were always going to complain.
Yeah, because it's just a bizarre that if you're not a boxing fan and you came into this space and you had to become aware of all these narratives and agendas and little things that are happening in the background, it's like, Brody, you guys aren't boxing fans. You're Heyman fans. You're fans of Heyman. You guys are just fans of Tank, not boxing. You don't really like the sport. And that's really how it is in America. It's just a pool of different narratives. Because I'm like, if you're a boxing fan, there's about to be more boxing back, where things were getting slow late last year. There wasn't a lot going on. It was really mostly just Matchroom and Turkey doing shows. Yo, shit is about to really pick up because you got Zuffa, you got Matchroom, you got Queensbury, you got MVP. Now they're on ESPN. Top Rank's about to come back. And that's the other thing that, like, Brody, the average Top Rank show is bigger than your shit. And I like Zuffa shows, but like, yeah, Top Rank at Fantasy Springs or the Caribe Royale is bigger than the shits that you do, homie. Like, you gotta slow down, bro. Shout out to Drew. You are not out of the garage. Yeah, like they not out of the garage though, bro. You doing fights at the Apex, bro. How many people can you fit into the Apex?
Paying $1.5 million to watch Jai fight in a basement. Like, what the fuck?
I'm pretty sure that bitch only houses like
what did you think?
like 10K or less.
But how many people do you think were there last night? Real talk.
Oh, bro, like that shit. Nah, that was.
I'd been like 100 people. That's it. Maybe even less.
Yeah, it could. 100, 200. That's what I'm saying. That like, bro, if you selling out the garden with your Zuffa shit, then yeah, we cooking with rice. But y'all at the Apex, homie, like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Yeah, you could do 4 cards in your mother basement. You could do 5 cards. You could probably do 3 cards. So just cool the fuck out. But we gotta see what the next major move is gonna be for Zuffa, because I said it already. Even after they signed Conor Ben, you signing Conor Ben is not the master stroke it's being made out to be, because look at what you had to pay him to get him. Well, look at what Turkey had to pay him, because y'all ain't even the ones paying him. So can y'all really get the credit? Can Dana White get the credit for him going over there when, Brody, that was Turkey that did that? Turkey the one paying him. So, I mean? Now you got to explain yourself to your UFC fighters because they mad at you. This motherfucking shit acting up, man. They own that's what I'm saying. That's their basement, bro. The Apex is their basement. They keep the mops and mop buckets down there, bro. That's their shit. That's not the same thing as doing the show. That's not the same thing as doing a. That's not the same thing as doing a show at the O2 Arena or the Madison Square Garden or the MGM Grand. No, that's not the same. Basement. Fuck out of here.
If Daniel Kinahan was paying $1.5 million to have a fight in a fucking basement, motherfuckers would be saying that he's a fucking flop. So it's kind of funny how nobody's saying anything about Dana fucking having his fights in a fucking contained little fucking arena that he runs.
They said they paid that dude $1.5 million for that fight. That's what they said. Jao Pataya got $1.5 million for that fight. And it's like, so y'all pay him that so he could go fight in a broom closet? And this is a win. Okay. Hey, man. You do what you need to do, bro. It's supposed to be a win.
Because they had to pay Max Kellerman and Andre Ward too, Jules.
The fight. Ignacio, what did you think about his performance? Because I see some people like trying to talk shit. I don't see what was wrong with it. I thought he did well. I thought he dominated the fight. But what did you think about his performance?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, he did about as good of a job as you can do against a tough, rugged ass dude. I mean, like, it's not like Glanville was just showing up to roll the fuck over and get knocked out. Like, he showed up to fight and he made it a dirty fight, and Jai basically just had to, box and try to fucking, get out of there. Like, it's like some trainers would say back in the day, you win today, look good tomorrow. And that's what he did.
Yep.
Don, what did you think about how he fought? Don's jerking off.
He could have but
Don
always. He could have let it go a little sooner, but I think he did great. I thought he fought well on the inside. I know his corner didn't want him to fight on the inside too much, but when he took those chances, he got the better of the exchanges. And like I said, I didn't think he got out of second gear until like the 8th round, and then he started putting more steam behind the punches. And I noticed that changed the tide, that changed the course of the fight, and he was in control of the fight. I mean, it was so what if he fought a tough guy? He fought a tough guy. It's a fight, people. It's not supposed to be just like a Superman versus some fucking, ex-con. It's a fight. It's not, and I thought he did well. I don't think he really struggled too much.
Look, man, he said an ex-con because they're so used to filler fights, Don. That stands no chance.
That's what people are used to watching.
The guy knows what he's there to do. Yeah. The audience, exactly. If for any minute it becomes competitive, or that the guy is showing that he wants to win, they automatically relegate it to host, or because you didn't punch his brain out of his head. Like, no, yet some of these guys that fight, they actually want to win, and they're gonna trust to the slop of, you're so used to slop.
Yeah, well, this is a good example.
Up a fight. You guys want a good example?
You guys want a good example of slop? This is a good example of slop. Isaac Cruz versus Gervonta Davis. They made Isaac Cruz they try to make him a star. They try to make him somebody just because he went the distance with that guy, and he's trash.
Yep.
So I mean, they're not going to do that with this guy, with Breton. They're not going to do that with him.
Let me read this. I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this fans to show up. John Rambo said David goes the distance with Morrell and Vosdick, and you criticize him. Jai goes the distance with a can, and you say it's a great performance. Let me tell you something, bro. The Vosdick that went the distance with David Benavidez just got cold slept by motherfucking Radavalle. Cold slept by Radavalle Kalajic, motherfucker. Okay.
Is this guy implying that Vosdick and Morrell are not
that
cans?
You want me to give him? That's what I'm thinking. That Canelo knocked out Plant before David Benavidez. That's why people give him shit, because a little old man who's a lot smaller than you was able to knock that dude out. But guys like you, John Rambo, you want me to believe David is a monster when he'll knock people out. If you a monster, listen, I'm going to put it another way. All three of them guys you mentioned, Caleb Plant, Alexander Vosdick, and let's throw David Morrell in there for good measure. I don't think none of them go to distance with Jao Pataya. Not one of them. Not one. That's
there's a bit of a delay way, so like I'm trying to get you into one of your pauses, but I found the fucking Tank fan, bro.
Yo, listen. Hold on. Let me fix my shit right now. I'm gonna restart my shit. First, let me get on here on my phone. Let me do this. Hold up.
This dude said Cruz not trash. You bugged out. No, bro. You cocked out by Tank, bro. This nigga says Jai doesn't finish yard. Okay, bro. Okay.
Yo, my dude. Yo, check it out. Cruz is trash, bro. Cruz is trash. Everybody on Gervonta Davis. Yo, check it out. Cruz is trash, bro. Everybody on Gervonta Davis resume is trash, bro. Everybody on Gervonta Davis hot garbage. Everybody on Gervonta resume is trash, bro. All them dudes is hot garbage.
Right here. Hit this restart. There we go.
Let me hit this restart right here. Hit this restart. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Right, yeah. What I was gonna say was, everybody on Gervonta resume is trash, bro. I don't know why y'all keep piping up these dudes. Y'all don't decide that none of these bums that he fight is somebody good until after he fight them, because they're all fucking bums. Mario is a bum. Isak is a bum. Rolly is a bum. Ryan is a bum. He's just a popular bum. None of these dudes Gervonta fight is good fighters, bro. None of them. We gonna stop playing with y'all. That dude
This
whole
nigga said
career.
so Gamboa was trashed in. Well, by the time
Yeah,
Tank got
Gamboa
to
was
him,
yes, Gamboa was fucking trash. How I know? He got stopped by a journeyman with 7 losses. Yes, Gamboa was fucking trash. Fuck is you talking about? All that dude do is all
that
that
guy
dude
says
fight is
Tank fans out here
bums.
like a toothache.
All that dude fight is bums.
Yeah, no, like these guys want to hype up guys that fucking didn't win a title up until after they went up there, started circle jerking each other and passing one around.
That's what
It's
I'm
like, bro,
saying.
fuck off.
They don't decide that none of these guys, none of these bums that he fight is anything until after he fight them. Then after he fight them, oh, Sugar Ray Frank Martin, Sugar Ray Rowley. Get off that dude dick, bro. That dude don't fight shit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Benavidez is fighting a Plant that just came off a knockout loss. That's supposed to be an easy fight, and for the half of the fight, I thought Plant was winning until he got gassed. Yeah, I thought I gave him 5 rounds. He won the first 5 rounds easy. And then he got gassed, and then he started getting shit beat out of him. And then fighting Vosnik, I don't know, man. I mean, Vosnik, dude, he already got knocked out by Artur like years before, and that was supposed to be an easy fight too, just an easy and relatively easy
to
fight.
put it in perspective, the same Vosnik that was able to go the distance and make it competitive, David didn't even knock him down. Radavalle just cold slept him. On Zuffa. So miss me with the monster bullshit, bro.
Yeah,
why didn't David do that? If he's a fucking monster and he could go to cruiserweight and fist real talk in the ass, then why did he knock out Vosnik?
Exactly, right?
Why I catch a stray for?
I had to come up with something, bro.
Because
because I just got into it with this dude on Twitter the other day. I don't know if it was yesterday or today, but this guy was talking about, it always, actually I did tell you about it. It devolves into a Canelo fucking argument. But I'm like, how are you telling me that he's a monster and he's moving like a beast and he's got more heart than Canelo when all he's doing is still fighting B-Vols and Better B's leftovers?
On God, though, like, they trying to turn, now what they going to try to do with David is they going to try to turn Zurdo into Sugar Zurdo. He about to be Sugar Zurdo. If David win that fight, Zurdo is easily top 3 Mexican fighter on earth. So that David could look like he really beat a motherfucker, you know what I mean? Well, yo, dog, all you doing for real is fighting a dude that B-Vol beat easy. He beat him easy, bro. I don't even know if Zurdo won a round in that fight.
Bro, they're going to start calling him Salvador Benavidez, bro.
How is that a big deal? Vodka left stopped Yard with he stopped him with a jab, bro. He stopped him with a jab. Yard that's been stopped by Kova and stopped by Better Beef. When David stops him, oh my God, it's this. Yo,
bro,
dog,
a hard sneeze will knock Yard out, bro.
Oh God, that was the least you could do, bro. Because that dude been stopped already. If you a monster, a cookie monster, some kind of monster, the least you could do is stop fucking Yard, bro. That's not an accomplishment.
Yard hop out of bed too fast, he get knocked out.
It's always like that with the PBC guys more than anybody. They don't decide that a motherfucker's good until after the motherfucker fight him. Fuck out of here, bro. Javante still got Lamont Roach problems, bro.
Yeah, and everybody talking about, he needs a tune-up fight. He needs a tune-up. He's been a year off. I'm like, why has he got a year off? I mean, what does he need a tune-up fight? You don't think he got enough rounds with his baby mama?
Have a rematch with a motherfucker not nobody asking him for, and the same dick-eating motherfucker's gonna celebrate it. Yay, it's Pank. Pank is back. Gay ass motherfuckers, man.
I'm just like, bro, what does he need a tune-up fight for? He ain't getting enough rounds with his baby mama?
Zurdo might, listen, bro, stop. Yo, you're not hearing me, Kevin. They don't decide that Zurdo is this or that until after David decides to fight him. When B-Vol fights him and take him to school, he's just a Euro bum. He ain't nobody. But let David fight him. Oh, yeah, now. Yeah, he about to fight Zurdo. When B-Vol fought Zurdo, y'all ain't give a fuck. Why do y'all give a fuck now?
People were calling Yard a Euro bum. Euro bum forever. Like, people called.
Does anybody have Zurdo winning that fight?
But
I'm still
The
gonna
fuck
ride
y'all
with
went
Zerto.
silent? Does
still
anybody
gonna
on the
ride with
panel
Zerto.
have Zerto winning the fight?
Yeah, I'm riding with Zerto.
Zerto for
Can
what?
you
For
hear me,
Benavidez?
fuckboy? Yeah, I think Zerto, because I mean it's not like Zerto's a bitch, you know what I'm saying? He can take a fucking Benavidez punch. And Zerto's original style was fighting in the pocket, you know what I'm saying? He's bigger than Benavidez, naturally heavier. He's been fighting guys that are bigger and better than Benavidez. Like
But can he
I'm
deal with
gonna ride
Benavidez'
with Zerto,
speed?
bro. Like
Yeah, but he's not. He's not.
yeah, but how much is that speed gonna really help him when he's moving up in weight?
He's not gonna.
Yeah, you guys got to remember, fucking Fat Boy is packing on the pounds. He ain't gonna add muscle. He's just gonna be fatter. That's the
Yeah,
only
he's just gonna
difference.
have more water and more.
He's gonna have more water weight. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't buy that. Oh, he's moving up with speed, man. My ass, bro.
Listen, bro. The whole shit I'm saying, it's not necessarily an indictment against Zerto so much as nobody decides that Zerto's any good until a PBC bum decides to fight him. Now, oh yeah, now Zerto's all that. Now Zerto is this great fighter and this great fucking champion. But Bivol fought him, took him to school easy, and y'all wasn't bugging out. So why am I supposed to bug out that David fighting him now? Because y'all don't decide these bums is nobody until PBC scrubs fight him. That's what I'm saying.
But that's why we're always ahead of the curve, way, because we've been giving Zerto his props since he changed his style, moving up into cruiserweight, and and he showed us with CBS, like okay, you're able to still revert back to your original style of fighting in the pocket as well too. We've been ahead of that curve. We've been knew that Zerto he's a good enough fighter to be able to switch his styles and be a good student of the sport. But these guys want to hop on the bandwagon solely because Benavidez is fighting him and no other
Yeah,
reason.
this shit gay. This shit is
It
gay.
literally is. It's some dick
This shit
eating
is
shit,
just
bro.
gay. Like, y'all don't decide to like shit or give nobody credit until one of those PBC bums fight him. Now he's the greatest thing ever. Bud ruined Gamboa years ago, and what did y'all say? Oh, Bud never fought nobody. So that what, 7, 8, damn near a decade later, Javante could fight a worse Gamboa, what? And now Gamboa's nice? Now that
One
counts,
leg,
that's a good win?
with one leg, mind you.
Exactly, because he
See,
was
like this
injured
is
in
the
the fucking
dick eating
fight.
shit, bro. He says he's got Zerto over Jai, but not David.
I hear you.
What the fuck kind of logic is that?
It's his. Let him have it.
Fucking artard. We're back to being peasants.
There we go. There we go. Side motherfuckers. If y'all want Cam the fuck up,
He said side.
if y'all want to side motherfuckers, if y'all want to Cam the fuck up, y'all could. But if you ain't gonna Cam up, you don't need the jumbotron.
This is just
You don't
Bad
need
Jules
that.
and his side bitches.
Side bitches. Yeah, there's the side bitches. There they are. Look
Jules
at the
don't need to
side
be all
bitches.
in the front screen. He could put Sydney Sweeney and Chloe.
Look at the side
And
bitches.
hey,
There
look,
go
and
the
Country's
side-
his bottom bitch.
But they go to wait. Let me see. There go to bottom. Can I see? Yeah, there go to bottom, bitch. Right now, check it out. But yeah, it's not an indictment against Zerto. It's not saying that Zerto is good or bad or otherwise. It's that you guys didn't decide that he was worth anything until punk ass David decided to fight him, and that's the gay shit. You guys decided that Gamboa is not nothing. Bud annihilated that man in his prime when he was unbeaten. Right when he was in the conversation,
He was a pound for pound
to be
number one fighter.
They were calling
Exactly.
him the next Mayweather.
And what did you say about
the next Mayweather?
the Cuban Mayweather? They were saying that.
Yeah.
Now, Bud bounces that motherfucker off the canvas, and y'all say Bud didn't fight nobody. So how the fuck does he become somebody damn near a decade later on one leg? And it took Javante 12 rounds to knock that motherfucker out. 12. Stop it, bro. Y'all motherfuckers are just gay, man. Y'all the Democrat version of boxing fans. I'm gonna say it. Motherfuckers is gay. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Javante is fighting Isak, they say. I can only assume that if he's back to scheduling boxing matches, they must believe they're gonna win that court case. They must.
No, I got a
if
question.
back
Wait, do you think he's gonna have to wear an ankle monitor in that fight?
I mean, like, seriously, bro, look, I'm surprised we're here because I really swore up and down he's gonna see some kind of time. I really believe that. And I'm still like, I just don't see how you could be on camera and it's confirmed there's video. I just don't see how you could do that given his priors and not do some kind of time. Not a whole lot.
It comes down to two things. Where it's one, the judicial system being lax on him because he's gay, and two, the woman not wanting to press charges because at any point the state is able to pick up that case and take it all the way for a full ride. But if they're not choosing to do that and we're not seeing charges being followed through, there's not really much we can do. You know what I'm saying?
Let me read this. We Game All Night said David and Zerto have faced way higher level competition than Jai. We still haven't seen Jai in there with a household name. See, that's your problem. What you care about is household names, not boxing. None of these household names that Zerto or Jai fought, Zerto or David fought, would go 12 rounds with Jai. You high on David beating Caleb Plant over 12 rounds. Caleb don't go 12 with Jai Opataya. Vosdick don't go 12 with Jai Opataya. Morel, the word is already out on Morel. A little Russian knocked you on your ass. Imagine if Jai hit you. But your thing is, were they household names? And that's why y'all motherfuckers is casuals.
Yo, can I use that to segue into that mailbag that I sent for you, Wade?
Good.
Because you just made the point that, nobody that those guys fought would go 12 rounds with Jai. But, I was saying to those guys that they beat would go 12 rounds with those. Because I'm arguing, I think Bivol could actually take Jai in a fight, Wade.
Yeah, Bivol's a pound for pound fighter. David never fought no.
Yeah, no, that was the mailbag I dropped for you. Was that with acclamation to cruiserweight, with his combinations and his footwork.
I could see how Bivol could make that competitive. Jai's not had to encounter someone in that division that might actually have better feet and better angles than him and shorter punches than him. So I could see that. That's possible. So long as Dimitri can deal with the power. But separately from that, going back to this guy's argument, bro, you think Caleb Plant going 12 rounds with somebody at cruiserweight? It's like y'all brain is set on 12.
I think it's not going 3 rounds, bro.
Like y'all really argue like little kids. Like, yo, Caleb is a skinny ass 168. Vosdick is damn near 40 out here, and you just watched Vosdick get knocked out by a gatekeeper. He got knocked out, but y'all don't knock him out, right? He don't knock. Okay, bro, I hear you. Anything to put David on the pedestal, bro. And what gets me mad about this kind of stuff is the guys y'all like are cowards. So if we were gonna get the answer, if David were gonna fight Jai, then it wouldn't matter. We got the fight. But the fact that y'all always back some coward motherfuckers that don't want to fight, that just make me want to strangle the shit out of all of y'all and shoot them motherfuckers, man. I'm sick of that shit.
I don't even want to do all that. I just want to fucking shake them.
Yeah, but like, why is it that y'all always back some cowards? Because somebody explain that to me. They always back fighters that you got to twist their arm and take their mother hostage and shoot their dog to get them to do the fucking fight. If they go ahead, back David. As long as they're fighting, who cares? But they're not fighting. Your boy David was already coming up with excuses not to fight this dude. But that's your man.
I got a pretty decisive reason for why, Wade. And it's psychological. A lot of these guys that are supporting cowardly shit, you know what I'm saying? These are guys who can't handle embarrassment. These are guys who can't handle loss. And therefore they only support fighters without blemishes on their records because they themselves don't have the strength to defend a loss. And they can't accept a loss.
Separately, you know that Dunn has a lot of fucking testosterone because he's the only guy whose beard gets as thick as mine. He's got a full head of hair. Shout out to the TRT, bro. Shout out to the TRT.
I just genetically can't grow facial hair, so fuck off.
Devon said, has Canelo not existed, Jai BS wouldn't be. Yeah, because the shit is, with David, and to the point that Real Talk just made, that's exactly what it is. That's why they don't advocate for those fights, because they're scared of being wrong. At this point, really at this point, their fandom can be surmised with the need to not be wrong and not be embarrassed because of what happened in 2023. That y'all saw what happened to Spence and y'all saw what happened to Fulton. Now you don't want that to happen to David. So you don't actually want him to fight Ja. You want to argue about it. Yeah, you want to argue about it on YouTube and on Twitter, but you don't actually want to see that fight because there's no reason they shouldn't fight. If you're the best and he's the best, make the fight. It really is that simple. It used to be that simple. You're the best, he's the best, do the fight. That's if David beats Zerto. Don't let David lose to Zerto. Don't let that happen. Because don't let that happen.
Yo,
That would
Jules,
be
That
like
happen.
that would be the
so-
best nut since June of 2023, bro.
so how much credibility does Cookie Monster's resume lose if Callum Smith starches David Morrell?
Well, I wanted to ask about that, fellas. How many of you guys are confident that Callum can beat him? Are you confident?
I'm riding with Callum, bro. I'm riding with
Yeah,
Callum.
I'm going with
You-
Callum.
Even though David is with Ismael, he's with Salas now.
Is that gonna give him amateur and Olympic pedigree?
No, but Salas is a.
Is it gonna give him
Salas
old
is-
man strength?
This is the thing. The best Joe Joyce that you ever saw was trained by Salas. The best Kazuto Ioka I ever saw was trained by Salas. The Rolly, we think Rolly is a joke and all the stuff, but the Rolly that was able to use a jab and box and outpoint Ryan, that was Salas. He is one of the best trainers in boxing. And I
All right,
do
but I
think
got
it
one for
matters.
you, Wade.
I think it matters that he has David now, Ignacio. I think it
I
matters.
got one for you though, Jules. He's Cuban.
Yes, that was in the back of my mind. Yes, and the fight is in Liverpool. So that matters too. But yeah, I suppose so. But that's not what you said, though. It's not simply Callum winning. If he knocks him out, yeah, that's a bad look. Yeah, that's a terrible look. Callum is supposed to be a Euro bum that Canelo beat, so he's not supposed to go in there with a guy that you fought and do better than you. You know, so that is a bad look if he knocks him out. Who here thinks he's gonna knock him out? Because you could beat him and not knock him out. Who thinks Callum is gonna knock out David?
I don't.
I don't know about knockout, but I think he'll be able to put enough pop on his shots to make him honest and beat him on points.
I don't think he knocks him out, and I dare say that because Callum has been out so long, because he ain't fought since the Buatsi fight, and that was in February of last year. He could look bad in this thing. If he were going into that fight straight away the way he was supposed to, then it wouldn't have mattered. But you've been out for over a year now, bro.
Yeah, that's a long time, man.
It's a minute, bro, and he's not a young guy either. So we'll see. But I do have Callum winning the fight for no other reason than what Real Talk said. Cubans choke. They choke in high-level situations. They often choke. Andy Cruz choked.
I just don't understand why. That's what plagues me. It's like why it keeps happening, why nobody has figured it out.
You know what I think it is? I think that they train those guys in La Finca, and their perspective on boxing is solely hit and not get hit, that when the shit gets grimy and gritty, they not built for that. They're built for the amateurs, Don.
Yeah,
is my theory. That's my they can be
but so is the
amazing
Russian program. The Russian program is heavily geared towards the amateurs.
Yeah, but there's this look. This is going to sound like what the fuck motherfuckers want it to sound like. You could make it.
I think God just doesn't like Cubans.
What I was gonna say was what I was gonna say was, and I'm being real, Don. I think they're physically weak. That's what I think.
No, I don't think so.
No, you know what it is?
Don. I think. Wait, country. Before I pass it to you, I really do think they're physically weak because you see it. You can have all the makings of a great amateur, but that has nothing to do with what you have to endure as a professional. As a professional, when the shit is getting hot in round 6, round 8, Round 10, you got to be able to hold that down. And what do you be seeing? That's when they choke because you're great amateurs. You're great amateurs. But professionals, well, I'm saying, look, there's a reason y'all won so many gold medals. But when it comes to the paid ranks, y'all are a non-factor.
Honestly, I think it has to do with the training style, and it has one major flaw. They don't know how to make the adjustments in the pros, and the Russians do.
But here's
yeah,
why.
they do. But
here's why. You're training 3-round fighters. A boxing match in the amateurs is 3 rounds. 3 rounds. Those guys, look, Andy Cruz is one of the best amateurs the island of Cuba has ever produced. But look, with Raymond Muratalla, look. And Raymond is not a fighter that we regard as being remarkable. Oh, he's going to be pound for pound. He was not a highly touted fighter. He never was. He still isn't. But
no,
look,
he's a B level, B plus maybe.
Right? But look at what he did. Look at what he did to a great amateur. Look at what Espinoza did to Rotisserie Ramirez. It's a consistent pattern that, like, yeah, you guys are good for the amateur circuit. For 3 rounds, you guys are amazing. But in a fight, in the paid ranks, you don't have it for the 10 rounders and the 12 rounders. That's why it works out that way. And the way I surmise it is, look, boxing is tough, bro. You know, it's not something that everybody could do. It's not something that everybody physically is built for. Like, no, it's literally not. It's not as simple as, oh, well, you did a couple of drills and you hit the heavy bag and you did the speed and now you're a boxer. No, there's something physical about it. You can either do this or you can't. And I'm just saying, I don't think it's for everybody. And the Cubans, like I said, I don't think they have the intestinal fortitude for the paid ranks. I don't. And that's my view.
It just comes down to their boxing culture and ideology, bro. Like, if it's hit and not get hit, well, what happens when you get hit?
Right? Now, why is it that the Mexicans do so well in the paid ranks? They do great in the paid ranks in the sense that you are seeing more Mexican champions produced than Cuban champions in the paid ranks, right? Except the Mexicans don't do that well in the amateurs, but they do very well in the pros. Why? It's the toughness.
A lot of it has to do with the stamina too.
It's the toughness, bro.
A lot of the toughness and the mental toughness is huge.
And physical toughness, like, bro, anybody ever fought a fucking Mexican in a fucking street fight or a bar fight or them motherfuckers is tough, bro. They take
the cock is too thick, bro.
It's a thick cock, bro. They got chodes, bro. It's not that long, but the shit is thick, bro. Okay?
Oh, God.
So, no, but all jokes aside, I do believe that, though, that there's a physical element in the paid ranks that you don't experience, you don't encounter it in the amateurs because it's only 3 rounds, bro. You don't get to that point where your arms are tired and your fucking face hurts and you got to keep working. Well, no, not if it's a 3-round fight. So yeah,
like, you'll never have to really bite down on your fucking gum guard and fucking get to some shit unless you're getting into that 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th round.
Exactly. So I'm gonna just say that for me, the reason that I think the Cubans don't necessarily do that well in the paid ranks is because physically, Don, I don't think they are adept to the task. I don't think they're suitable for pro boxing. And that is what we see consistently. Because how could the same island that produces some of the best amateurs not produce some of the best pros? Why not? You're producing the best amateurs. Well, the amateurs are only fighting for 3 rounds. That's why.
Yeah.
They're only fighting for 3 rounds.
Might as well just call it 2 completely different sports.
Yeah.
Really.
Andy Cruz is amazing in the amateurs, and in the pros, come on, you saw him with Raymond. You saw him. Did he look amazing? Even in the rounds that he was winning, did he look amazing? No. Looked like a pretty ordinary fighter. Ordinary Sugarfoot fighter. He didn't look amazing. So it is what it is. Misael said, I thought Callum did bad. Most of the
Buatsi.
No, he did good, bro. He was outgunning him in the pocket. He looked good in that fight. And he fought the right fight because Buatsi's a finesse guy. He's going to try to keep it long, only 1 and 2 punches at a time. Callum put pressure on him, forced him to fight on the inside. He did good in that fight. But with Morrell, like I said, he got he got Salas now, and Salas is one of the few trainers I see that when fighters go to him, they just get better. While they're with him, they do get better. They do. Like, kind of like McGirt. When fighters go to McGirt, they get better. With Salas, it's like that. Rolly went to him. You see how he looking? Like I said, best Joe Joyce I ever seen was with Salas. Best Kazuto Ioka I ever seen was with Salas.
Yeah, but
Best
Salas
Rolly-
isn't a miracle worker. He can't fix gay.
That is true. You can't fix that. Can't fix that. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I do have Callum Smith winning, if for no other reason than the intangibles. I don't have a lot of faith in Cuban fighters, right? That's one. And two, it's in Liverpool. It's in Liverpool. Like, yeah, like you're gonna have to
Do you
really.
think Callum can knock him out?
I would want that, but honestly, no, I don't see Callum knocking him out. I don't. I would love for him to knock him out, but no, I don't think he does. He's been out too long. You've been out too long. Been out over a year. You're gonna be rusty.
You think he
If
could drop
Callum
him?
were to knock him out,
He could
how
drop him.
long of a hiatus would we get until Mirage comes back around?
Well, Jerry Soriano came back around, so I don't think Mirage is too far behind him.
Mirage is probably hanging from his family tree if that happens.
The shit is that I'm at a point where I don't really want to argue about David or Gervonta for that matter, because we've reached a point where you guys aren't trying to make sense anymore. You don't want to acknowledge the opposing argument, and we've established that no matter what happens, you're gonna suck that dick. It doesn't matter what. Yo, listen, like I said, no matter what happens, that dick is in your mouth. No matter what yeah, it is. Because I just
the
seen.
poise you
Y'all
say that
nigga-
with.
Let that shit ride.
Listen, I just seen Radavalle cold sleeper dude that was giving you fits. A dude you couldn't even knock him down, right? I just seen Radavalle cold sleeper dude that was giving David fits. I just seen a little ass Russian, couldn't have been more than 5'6", knock David Morrell on his ass and make him look very fucking ordinary. What was that little Russian's name, man?
Akutov.
Imam
Katayev?
Katayev. He made David look basic. He did a better job on David than you did, bro. So if you don't want to acknowledge any of that, there's no point in talking to you, bro. All I got to do is wait for David to lose, because at some point he's going to. At some point he's going to. It may not be next or after next, but yeah, at some point he's going to. That dude is not leaving this sport undefeated. He's not.
I think with a lot of the Benavides fans, they don't take into account that old saying, actions speak louder than words. And if you look at David's whole career, I mean, there's been ample time for you to at least unify with one other champion. You didn't do it. And you look at his whole light heavyweight campaign, I'm like, dude, if you're willing to spend God, what is it, freaking close to 4 years chasing one guy, what's another 3 or 4 years chasing another guy at light heavyweight?
I mean, that's the same thing.
You want me to
I
hold on?
said.
Can I explain it for you real quick, way? Because
Yeah,
you're wondering why these people think that way. It's because these are the same people who ideologue the saying "fake it until you make it." They don't give a fuck about your actions or speaking. They just want to make sure that you're flamboyant and loud enough to and fake it until eventually you do get there.
Yeah, because
It's the same guys who love mental illness. Because you look at David, bro. Jeez, like no one's called you out on it yet, bro.
Listen, the fanfare that David has, it doesn't even seem real. It seems more like you're compensating for something. In this instance, maybe you want to believe that Al Heyman really produced a world-class fighter, because he didn't do anything to warrant the reception that he's getting. Like, well, what did he do? Who did he beat at 168? Who? He beat Plant, who was already beat. And he beat Andrade? Is that why y'all love him? Because he beat Andrade? Andrade was never nothing remarkable. The fanfare that David gets online, parallel to his resume, makes no sense. None. He's rarely in a fight that... The best fight for David is Bivol, right? Second to that is Better Beef. Jai would take a back seat to that. Now, which one of those guys is he actually about to fight? None of them. He's about to fight Zerto, bro. He's about to fight Zerto. That's who he's fighting. He's fighting Zerto. And we're supposed to lose our minds over it while they charge us $75 to watch it. Shout out to Herb. Salute to the channel and panel. Degenerates, what it do? Yeah, we out here, bro. We out here. with the David Benavidez talks, you know, and yeah, I don't think the Zerto fight is a bad fight. But what does it say that across 3 divisions that would be the best name on your resume? Because that literally would be the best name on your resume across
Not
3
that
weight
much.
classes.
It doesn't say very much, man.
You've been a 68, you've been a 75, and just now, right now, this is the best guy you about to fight you ever
This
fought.
goes to show how much of an underachiever he is. You know, he likes to talk shit about Canelo, but by the time Canelo was your age, he'd already had a Hall of Fame record, bro.
Yeah, how old is he, bro? Isn't he like 28,
About to be
He's
29?
He's about to be
28,
30,
29.
Jules.
Bruh. And I always come back to this. All by age 27, Canelo fought Mayweather, Trout, Lara.
He's 29.
Oh, well. Canelo was younger than you, and he fought real motherfuckers. You just, you know, Zerto is a semi-solid guy. I give him his flowers because you got to acknowledge he was a champion at 168. He did take 3 titles from 3 champions. I give him his flowers, but he's a semi-solid guy at the very most. He is. He's a semi-solid guy. I don't think that guy beats Jai. I don't think, we know you don't beat a Beaver. I think Better Beaver would put you in the fucking earth. I think Better Beaver put Zerto in the earth. So, you know, it is what it is, man. It is.
I think he said in the earth.
In the earth, bro.
In the crust. No, in the magma, bro.
In the fucking mantle, bro. You know? And $75 to see that shit. Wow. People forgot, too, that David
Fucking gouging us, bro.
People forgot, too, that David already had a contract to fight Zerto before he even fought Yard. Yeah, that decision was already made, bro. I called that shit a year and a half before it happened, because you could see what they was doing. Like, bro, this dude is not staying at like
David was
heavyweight.
out there doing coke with fucking Oscar and shit.
Motherfuckers was hitting the slopes together, bro. You know, so, and it's not hard to formulate
Rails, man.
what could David Benavidez have to talk to Oscar about? Fucking Zerto, bro, obviously. So, you know.
Obviously, he's trying to get his coke dealer.
I don't know who that was. And after that, I anticipate he probably takes the rest of the year off. I don't even think he fights again after that Zerto Ramirez fight. I don't. He'll take the rest of the year
I would have
off.
put it past him.
Because who actually believes that he's gonna go to light heavyweight? He's not gonna go to light heavyweight, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
No, he's gonna tear his vulva in the freaking Zerto fight.
And what isn't being talked about is shortly after he wins, if he wins and he wins the WBO title from Zerto, right? He's gonna have to give it up right after that. He's gonna either have to give up the WBC or the WBO, because the WBO is not gonna let. No. Which is the one?
Oh.
What are the? Zerto has the
Oh,
WBO.
the BO and the BC.
He's got the BO, and you know they got a rule that you can't hold a title with a different organization at a different weight. So shortly after he wins that title, he's gonna have to give it up. Yeah, you're gonna have to, unless you're gonna drop the WBC. You're gonna have to give that one up. One or the other. You drop the WBC to keep the WBO, or you drop the WBO and you keep the WBC.
Yeah, because they did that to Canelo back in 2019 when he beat Kovalev. He was still technically WBA champion at middleweight.
They're gonna do the same thing to David, and maybe that'll free up a belt that Jayo Pataya could fight for, because I don't think the WBO has the same stance as the IBF. I don't really see them complaining about Zuffa. They haven't taken a stance on it, so maybe Jayo Pataya could fight for that. But one way or another, he's gonna have to drop a belt shortly after that fight. He's gonna have to, and I think it'll probably be the BC, because he's not gonna go back down. You're not going back down to 175, bro. So that'll probably be the belt that he drops. At which point, Artur Better Beef can fight for it, and then we get another undisputed fight, because Artur Better Beef is top ranked by the WBC.
Yeah, and I think what is it with Jai? He can probably go the WBO route since he's a former champion, and he's also the Ring Magazine and also the brand new Zuffa champion.
It's the fucking Zuffa champion, bro. Zuffa champion of the world.
No, bro, I got into it with this dude on
That's
Instagram.
That's the
The
freaking
Zuffa
seventh
title
or
and the Ring Magazine, and you know, like, you know, he's celebrating the IBF stripping Jai or whatever. I'm like, well, what sense does it make if it's like an irrelevant belt. It's not even a world title, right? And he's like, well, they don't recognize it and this, that, and the third. And that's when I brought the IBO up. I'm like, well, they never stripped Anthony Joshua for having the IBO. And he's like, well, and then he went on about the Ring magazine. You need to be undisputed. It's the alphabet titles and the Ring magazine. We just call it the 4-belt era. He's like,
Yeah, because
well, the magazine isn't a real title and it's not recognized. I'm like, oh, fine, I'll give you that. So what the fuck are they like? What are they scared about the Zuffa belt for then?
no,
And the dude
listen,
blocked me. I'm
listen.
like, you fucking
It's simple.
homo.
It's simple. It's simple. The Ring Magazine belt is recognized by the other 4 sanctioning bodies. It is recognized by them. But case in point, right at the time, that you just stripped Jai Opataya of his title, you're sanctioning a fight between Oslis Iglesias and some other guy for the IBF and the IBO, which you don't recognize. If it's really about, yo, this dude got a belt that we don't recognize and we can't have that, why are you letting these 2 guys fight for a belt that you don't recognize alongside yours? It's not about that. It's that you being petty, and that's why you're gonna get sued. That's why you're gonna get sued, because you can't make that make sense. There's too many examples of the inconsistencies with your organization and your history, that you guys have a known history for corruption, for bribery. To my knowledge, they're the only ones who had a sanctioning body president that had to do time. Y'all the only ones. I don't think the WBC president ever had to do time. None of them, or the BO or the BA. But yours did, because of y'all shady fucking decisions. Shout out to motherfucking JC Gunman. In your opinion, who hits harder, Better Beef or Opataya, and who is the better fighter overall? That's easy for me. I believe Better Beef hits harder, and I believe he's a better boxer than Opataya by and large. The only caveat with Artur is that he's older. I'll go as far as saying this. If Artur Better Beef were the same age as Jai Opataya, I would pick him to knock out Jai Opataya. I think Artur is one of the best light heavyweights that division has ever seen. It's just unfortunate that he's older. Shout out to Jay Flint. Can you explain the belt thing again, IQ? What belt thing? What specifically?
I think with the IBF and the whole Zuffa thing.
Basically what the IBF did was they decided to sanction the fight. They accepted the sanctioning fee. They sent their ambassador, who then accepted the per diem. For those that don't know what per diem is, that's petty cash, spending cash. And they set up a hotel suite for the guy, all of which the IBF accepted. And at the very last minute, they pulled the sanction, and Daryl Peoples sent out an email saying that he didn't like where his belt was positioned. Who's doing that? He didn't like where his belt was positioned. So on that premise, they pulled the sanction. And what I'm saying is, if you really sent out an email saying that goofy shit, yeah, you shot yourself in the foot. Because that's not a reason to strip somebody that abided to all your rules and regulations. Even the second day weigh-in, even after you said you were going to strip him, they still followed your rules. You making yourself look real bad doing that shit.
Yeah, and I seen that people are saying, well, Dana White, he said what he said about the sanctioning bodies, that there was a quote that was floating around where he said, I'm going to get rid of the sanctioning organizations. The best will fight the best, and we're going to sign all the young up and coming guys. He said that on Stephen A. Smith, I think. Mm-hmm. But even if he said that, y'all still agreed in writing to sanction Jai's fight.
This is the shit. Anybody,
and that's where they shot themselves in the foot right there.
Listen, I'm gonna say that I can't talk to people like that, because if I have to explain to you what Dana White said in an interview and how that's irrelevant to what's going on, I shouldn't be talking to you. That's a child's argument. Dana White said, Brody, they paid them. Retard. They paid them and they took the money. What the fuck don't you understand? They paid them and they took the money. So what are you going to do? You're going to go to court and say, Dana White said, did he pay you? Yes. Were your rules and regulations observed? Yes. But Dana White said, like, what are you, retarded? And motherfucker tried to argue that shit to me yesterday. And I'm like, I can't unretard you, bro. I don't think Dr. Scholes, Dr. Spock, Dr. Pepper, I can't. None of them can unretard you.
Dr.
If this
Phil.
is your Dr. Phil, right? I don't. If this is your defense for what is a brazen abuse of power, because that's what that falls under. That is an abuse of power. You view this promotion as a professional rival, and on that premise, you castigated a champion who was already your champion before he even got with them. Yeah, I don't think you can defend that in court. Just a hunch. And you guys tend to not do well in court. But go ahead. I don't think you could defend that in court.
Yeah, sanctioning bodies
I
as a
think
whole, but the IBF specifically.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the one question you need to ask him, who served 22 months in prison, Daryl or Dana? And you'll get your
Well,
answer right
Real talks.
well, it wasn't Daryl that got locked up, you know. It was Robert E. Lee, the president of the IBF at the time in 1999, and Daryl took over. Shout out to
I
T
thought Daryl
Street.
was the one who got never mind.
Daryl's not the one who got locked up. That was over 20 years ago, and that was Robert Lee. The thing is, T Street said it best. The IBF has never been strict from a need to be fair. They were strict because they had to be. Like you guys, in the short amount of time that the IBF has been a sanctioning body in boxing, you guys got more scrutiny than anybody. I don't know anybody who's sanctioning body president got locked up and had to do time. That was only y'all. The bribery was out of this world. And you know, all of that shit came out as part of a federal investigation. Yada yada yada. So you guys, least of all, need these kind of problems. Like y'all don't need to be back under this light. And like I said, you can't defend this. All of your rules and regulations were observed. They did everything they had to do. You can't come up with well, Dana said he's not going to work with us. That's what he said. Okay, did he pay you? Yeah. Did Jai do your second day weigh-in? Yeah. Did they give your ambassador per diem in a hotel suite so that he could oversee the fight? Yeah. Was your belt on display at the press conference? Yeah. So what is it that they didn't do, dog? Explain it. What is it that they didn't do?
Has there been any
They
word
didn't display it on his cock, bro.
Yeah,
Say
they
it again.
wanted him to do those freaking WWE freaking pinup where they freaking get
They
all
wanted him to do
naked with
Kegels. They wanted Jai to do Kegels with the belt on his dick to see if he could lift it. That's what he didn't do. That's what he did.
He called them Kegels.
Have they returned the sanctioning fees?
We don't know yet because they got.
Shoot,
and here's
if
the
they
other thing:
pocket it,
they
dude?
got the fee a week ago, bro. Is the other thing? They got the fee a week before the fight. So it's like, what are y'all? So what? Y'all just gonna take the 80,000 and y'all not gonna give it back? I'm telling you, the shit is well,
Oh,
bro.
Jules, it's starting to sound like any fucking like 2-year lawyer is gonna fucking have a field day with that shit, man. Because you're about to get audited too.
Shout out to Misael. Jai should get ranked in the WBC, WBA, WBO. That way he could eventually fight the undisputed champion, drop the IBF right after without paying them. Yeah, like if you're thinking in terms of attorneys and who can actually afford this fight if they decide to take it on. Yeah, Zuffa can afford this fight easy. Like, yeah, this is easy for them. This is an easy fight to win. It's just a question of, are they really going to do it? Because we do know that no, they don't actually want to work with the sanctioning bodies. They don't. We know that about them. But when it comes to Jai, that was a separate matter. They signed him on the premise that they would help him get undisputed. So as it pertains to that specific fighter, they were going to work with you. And you're the one who's, doing all the bullshit. They were going to work with you. So.
And I mean, there's a prime example. Like you look at De La Hoya, and he talks crap about a lot of people, and even like Turkey. But guess who financed that Ryan fight? Turkey did. So even if
he was sitting right next to him at the fucking fight,
yeah,
after talking all that shit,
and to prove a point, yeah, Oscar talks a lot of crap, but when it comes to business, they work together. And the same thing, if you look at the freaking IBF, they could have just been like, okay, who cares what Dana says? Who cares? And they could have just ignored it and just looked the other way and just been like, okay, we'll work with y'all guys here. Y'all guys already paid. whatever. But them doing this,
And
yeah,
I
they
just
shot
don't
themselves in
see.
the foot.
I just don't see what does it profit you to do this, right? Like if you're the IBF and you do this, okay, now what did you gain? What did you gain?
A
You're not
lawsuit,
making
possibly.
you're not making friends with this shit. Like, listen, if Zuffa said that they didn't want to work with you, right? Let's just go with the dumb explanation. And then they turn around and give you $80,000 fucking dollars. Hey, take the money, shut the fuck up, sanction the fight, and eat your sandwich. That's it. The more people that are willing to pay you sanctioning fees, the better. So if Zuffa softened their stance, at least as it pertains to this fighter, the smartest thing you could do is shut the fuck up and sanction the fight, because that's all you're supposed to do. That's it. That's your job.
Oh
Your
yeah, wait,
job
but
is
these
to-
niggas don't give a fuck about making money. They stripped Canelo, bro.
Bueno, eso sí. Eso sí. Shout out to
And
Misael.
Gennady.
Breach of contract. Would Top Rank sign Jai? I don't think so. I don't think so. Top Rank don't see the value in that fighter. That they wouldn't. Mr. Calderon says, let's say Jai stays stripped. Who gets the belt? Chris Billum Smith, bro. The highest ranked contender right now in the IBF's rankings is Chris Billum Smith. So if he stays stripped, the belt would likely go to him, and you're not off. Let's just say that Samson Lukowicz and Oscar De La Hoya get together. I could see them going to Daryl Peoples and asking, hey, can that belt be on the line in the fight that we're about to do? I could see them doing that. Now, whether or not the IBF would do it, I'm just telling you that's something else. Because then it'll look like, wait a minute, you stripped me of my belt so you could give it to them? Yo, dog, y'all can't be that stupid. You can't, like, y'all can't really be that fucking. Do you know how bad that looks, bro? That's really, but we'll see. We'll see. Because I see a lot of people presenting that scenario.
I think, well, the IBF really hasn't cared about optics if you look at who they stripped and how they go about with mandatories. So I wouldn't put that up. I wouldn't push that out of the realm of possibility.
Well, Chris Mannix is the one who said it, that now the IBF are very nervous about a lawsuit. He's the one that said it. And
Well,
I
then
do believe
give Jai back his title. Their problem
exactly.
solved.
I don't.
And if you
rule
really
that
want to
out.
sweeten the deal, give back the sanction. Give back their 80,000. If you're like, hey, take your money back, we don't want it.
I
For-
don't
if you
rule
really want it.
like I can believe that they are nervous right now because, bro, look at how Zuffa has more money behind it than you do as an entire organization. They have way more juice than you do. If anybody can afford for this to go to court, they can. But can you? Do you have the money to fight this thing? And what would you be fighting for? Your right to act like an asshole? Because really, what are you winning out of doing this? What's the upside? Oh, we didn't like how to. Do you know how fucking retarded you sound, bro? I'm gonna smoke a fucking cigarette. I'll be right back.
No, it just comes down to you sound fucking petty, bro. Because that is literally
It's
not
not even
grounds
about being
to.
petty. It's just stupid. I mean, why
There's
would
just
you
no
do that?
grounds.
What
There's
would
no
possess
grounds
you
for
to do
that, bro.
something
Like
like that?
legally, there are no grounds for that.
Yeah, but that's just what they wanted to do. They wanted to be petty. So they did. There's no reasonable explanation for it. They just decided we're going to be fucking petty, and that's it. Which sucks for us, you know?
Oh, but I bet you if you look like fucking Badu Jack, they wouldn't have stripped him.
I don't know. But either way, it was just petty ass bullshit.
Seth, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, Seth is saying you can't hear me.
Seth, can you hear us? No reply at all. Is anybody listening? So who do you guys think is Navarrete is going to fight next? Anybody?
What happened, country?
Navarrete? I think they'll do that Oshaki Foster fight, bro. I think they'll make that happen.
You think?
But when?
I hope so, bro.
Do you think Oshaki
I
will
feel like
actually
they'll
fight
do
him?
that. They'll do that for the Mexico versus the world card.
Honestly, I think they probably. I think Oshaki would be better
Wait,
off.
real talk. Can you hear me?
You said what?
I think
Hello?
Oshaki would be better off beating the winner of Dickens and Kakache to get that belt, and then that way he could force Navarrete to have to fight him because he'd have the other two belts.
Is that you, Seth?
I mean, it just depends on how fast Oshaki could get that. Because I do think that they want to use Navarrete for the Mexico versus the world card. So it would just depend on how fast Oshaki could get that fight done, healed up, and ready for September. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if they're gonna fight him like that without the other belt because I have a feeling that Foster's gonna want a bunch of money to take that fight. Like, I don't think he would take a low ball offer to fight Navarrete. Like, he'd want a few milli to fight him, and Top Rank's not gonna pay him, $3 or $4 million to fight Navarrete. So the only way
But
that
I mean,
happens
that's
is
gonna be if it's gonna be on the Mexico versus the world card. That's a turkey card, so I don't think money would be an issue. I think it would just come down to Oshaki having the nuts to get in there. You know what I'm saying?
So you think he would take the fight like that without fighting beforehand? Because Navarrete already got a fight, so
When
and
was Foster's last fight? The Fulton fight?
yeah, that was what, like in December? I think it was. So,
Yeah, I
bro,
don't see why not. Because I mean,
if that Mexico
that
card
that's a
isn't
fight
till
within a 12.
September, that's
That that's a,
fucking
that, that,
9 months.
that's 9 months, bro. That's within a 12-month period. I don't know what I think there's enough time for Oshaki to get that fight in and make it to the September card. Because what is it? It's March. Say he has a fight in what? June, July.
I mean, if they
Gets his
do,
shit together
if
and
he was
meets
to
us in
fight the
September.
winner, if he was to fight the winner of the fight coming up this weekend, the only way they could do that fight right away is if whoever the winner is doesn't get fucked up, that ends up winning clean.
Right.
But if not, if it doesn't end up being for the other belt, then maybe Foster just ends up taking a stay busy fight just so that he's not collecting rust.
That would be a wise thing to do.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of
Hey,
fighters don't
Joshua
want to
said
take
that Shannon
busy
Sharp.
fights.
Joshua Kundrum just said that Shannon Sharp just told Clarissa Shields to her face that Rolly would stop her.
Ha! It seems to me like a lot of fighters don't want to take, stay busy fights these days, which I think is a huge mistake.
Yeah, because all the dudes back in the day used to do that. Like, they didn't used to just sit on the
Because
sidelines and wait.
they wanna preserve their spot. They're scared to lose nowadays.
Yeah, either that or they just want to get overpaid to fight a tune-up.
That's the one thing that's missing, man. Because like the old school cats, they'd take their tune-ups, but it would always be with somebody they knew that that they could probably beat. But it was just something to keep their skills sharp and
Yeah, I mean, the one thing, for example, country that Chavez Sr. always did was in between his big fights, he would fight nobodies just so that he would not be sitting on the sidelines before he fought the bigger names.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of funny how some of these dudes just don't want to fight unless they're getting paid huge money.
Plus, that was some of the back in the day. That was some of the common fights that we would end up seeing on TV. Our favorite fighter fighting a tune-up, we knew he was going to win, but he's showcasing his skills, staying busy, keeping in shape, keeping ready. There's no long layoff, and then when the big name comes along, he boom right into it, no problem.
Yeah.
That's how it was back in the day, but they stopped doing that shit.
But a lot of that just has to do with guys just being overpaid, man. If these fucking guys didn't get overpaid for every fight that they fought, we would probably see guys be more active.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what incentive is there to fight a big name fighter for the same amount of money you would get fighting a tune-up?
Right.
You know,
and it gave some of the lesser fighters a chance to show any stuff they may have against the big guy on top. And even if they didn't win, who knows? Maybe they performed well enough that it earned them some sort of opportunity where they get used for something or in another promotion or other fights. But now we don't. It's less opportunities because it's not happening.
Yeah, I mean, guys nowadays when they lose, they have to go on a freaking on a crazy rebuild tour just to get back to the spot they were at before they lost.
Shout out to George. Country WWE highest ceiling: Oba, Trick, or Braun?
WWE's highest ceiling. Oh boy, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
But yeah, that's what's going on, and that's what the fuck it is. I really liked Rolly's response to Clarissa. I'm probably gonna talk about it again tomorrow. That's the best way to handle that shit, bitch. If you think you could beat me, go ahead. You keep thinking that shit, bitch. One of us has to be the adult. You know what I mean? Because I know if I actually crack you in your shit, they gonna think I'm wrong. They gonna say I'm wrong.
Rolly, the voice of reason. What the fuck?
Who would have fucking thought, bro? Who would have fucking thought that Rolly?
No, did I miss it? Did we talking shit about Clarissa?
Yeah, I like this response because that's how you gotta handle that goofy bitch. If you feel better popping shit, and you just gonna make yourself look dumber. If you keep coming at me after I done said, yeah, she knocks me out, yo, she'll beat me. If you keep coming at me after that, you gonna look like the retard. Yeah, you gonna look like, because what are you doing now? If I already said, yeah, I gave you what you want, what the fuck else do you want me to do? You're gonna end up being the bad guy if you keep going at him,
I'm not surprised.
They played the clip way.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to motherfucking Night Vale. Clarissa Shields on Shannon Sharp right now arguing about beating men in boxing. And listen, that's the only woman boxer. That's the only one you see doing that. Sinicia didn't do that. Michaela didn't do that. Alicia didn't do none of them. None of them. That's the only one. I don't know what she's getting out of doing that. If anything, you're cutting. Look, I don't know why guys are like this, right? Maybe it's because what we talked about yesterday, that men interacting with other men always use a certain level of etiquette because they know that there's an inherent violence to each man you deal with on any level. So there's always a certain level of respect for the potentiality of that violence. And it feels like she as a woman just doesn't realize that. They're like, yo, listen, you good at what you do, ma. Nobody really wants to humiliate you. But reality, the average super middleweight male, not even a good one, the average one will break your jaw. Average one.
So why you she's asking for it. She's asking for it, dude. She's like screaming it.
Yeah.
Jules, the thing is, she's doing what she's doing because she knows she has that what's it called? The idea of a man actually fighting her is not gonna happen. So of course she just keeps running her mouth because she knows it's never gonna happen. So as long as she keeps running her mouth, knowing it's never gonna happen.
I mean, the thing is that in the past, when the subject was even more taboo than it is now, Lucia Riker did fight a man, and that was well over 20, 30, 40 years ago. And that was when, a guy fighting a girl was a lot more taboo than it is now. In the day and age that we're in, and I touched on this in the video I did, you better be careful that you don't end up having to do that, because these are different times, and these times they can't even define what a fucking woman is, let alone a man. So your dumb ass might actually end up fighting one. Yeah. The lines are blurred now. Everybody's all about, well, at least one section of the population is all about equality. So go get your equal ass beat. Go get your equal ass beat. Equal rights, equal lefts. Go ahead.
Look at her reaction to the guy that knocked her down in sparring and everything. Didn't she run to go get a knife after that? I mean,
bro, you said they played. They said they played that clip on the show.
And what did she say?
If that's her reaction to that, what happens if she really gets knocked out by a dude? Well,
the shit,
and she gonna get a gun and shoot somebody.
The shit is that I think that she really does. I really do think that she has a mental disorder. I really do, because for that to be your reaction.
Oh, it's bipolar disorder, way.
Yeah, I do think that she has.
I got a lot of women in my family that have that way. Yeah, the signs are clear. She has bipolar disorder.
She has a real psychological problem, because you're really trying to humiliate these guys. What response when you go at Keith Thurman? What is he supposed to say? Bitch, shut the fuck up or I'll break your jaw. He's not at liberty to say that, and you know that, but you keep poking the bear. And then you do that with Rolly unprovocated, because none of these guys that you're talking about, right? They never said nothing bad about you, though. Rolly never said nothing bad about her. He gave her flowers. You still disrespect him. Keith don't even be around enough to be talking shit about your ass. And I don't like Keith, but call a spade, bitch. You wrong. And now honestly, I don't really care how it sounds. I want you to get what you want. You want to fight God so bad, go ahead, go fight one. You big and bad. You the quote. Go fight one.
Yep.
Promise you, the average super middleweight will break your jaw. The average.
Only one woman in the world.
We don't gotta get Canelo. We don't even gotta get Edgar Berlanga. We don't. The average super you'll get hurt. So why are you? I guess my question is, why are you playing with that? But hey, women don't understand.
Because she hasn't been burned yet, Jules. That's why.
I'm telling you, wait, there's only one woman in the history of combat sports that could compete with men, and that's Amanda Nunes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even her though, in general, I think
not in the same weight class. But if she was picking on a guy, then a few weight classes down, that could still be a competitive fight.
If you're telling me that it's Amanda Nunes or Clarissa Shields against a male of equal size with no training, that would have to be the handicap. Do I believe that Clarissa can beat a man her same size who's never boxed before? Yeah, I believe that. I think she could beat that guy, but that's not what you're talking about. You're talking about fighting trained professionals like yourself, and it's yeah, you'll get your jaw broke. What the fuck? Are you nuts?
Remember when she said she could beat Triple G?
She didn't say that shit too much though. She spent more time on Keith, So it's I don't know how someone who's so repulsive could even have people root what are y'all rooting for? Her right to be a piece of shit? I don't get it. I don't understand how she has fans.
Her right to act stupid.
I don't get it.
These people see somebody like that who is a piece of shit and is successful, and they'll tell themselves, well, my piece of shitness
there it is.
Is going to be acceptable because of her piece of shitness.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. It's a reflection of the degeneracy of other people, that I can be obnoxious, I can be abrasive, I can be disrespectful, egotistical, and nobody can do nothing about it, because she has very few redeemable qualities outside of her professional accolades. So yeah, you're a double gold medalist, but you're awful. You're just awful up and down, all around, all the time. Awful, straight up. Katie Taylor never says this shit. Just lets her boxing do the talk. Yeah, of course. And that's why they hate Katie Taylor.
And Clarissa's ugly.
Yeah, Real Talk likes her. I mean, not Real Talk. Undefeated likes her, but I'm yeah, she got a big ass, but
he's taking a loss on that.
Clarissa
He ain't undefeated anymore. He's defeated.
Bro, like she's
undefeated.
got a big ass, but it don't even got a good shape to it, bro. It's just big.
It's just a
I've been
big
said
wide
that.
ass.
I've
It's
been
just
said that
cellulite
like
at this point.
ass shape matters. That is a Department of Motor Vehicles ass. That is a Aldi in the
No
afternoon.
definition. It's just
That's
That's
just
like you've been sitting down too long, kind of ass.
yeah. Like, that's BX19 ass. You know, like that's not a nice ass. It's a big
That's
ass.
too
yo.
little ass.
It's a big. It's a big ass. But it's not. I don't look at that shit. Let me tell you
Did
something.
someone just snore?
Listen, Sabrina Carpenter, not a big woman, right? But she has a nice ass because it has a nice shape, right? Dua Lipa, thin woman, not very big, but she has a nice ass shape. Clarissa got more ass than them, but that shit really do look like
Caliucci's.
that shit look like a bag of laundry in the corner. Like, bro, it's big, boys.
It
That's
looks like when you
hilarious.
dump food out in a grocery bag and you just let it sit there. That's what
Henri.
it looks.
Her ass looks like a bunch of leaves that you raked up and just fucking left outside.
You know when you done with the Chinese food and you put it all in the bag, or when it's Christmas and you put all the wrapping paper in the garbage bag? That's what that shit look like. that shit,
It looks like a bag of milk.
you know what I'm saying? It look
That's
like
gone
something.
bad.
You know what I'm saying? Every good ass is not a big ass, and every ass, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, like, yeah, just because it's big doesn't mean it's good. You know what I'm saying?
Her ass is ass,
Look,
bro.
highlight Kevin Durant's last comment.
Let me see. Kevin Durant said, "Nightcap chat are roasting her right now. They are siding with Shannon. She isn't even liked by the majority of her demographic." Look, I don't really want to get into this shit, but I'll say this because a lot of black men are. I've noticed it online. It's not something that I know personally. I just noticed it online based on what I see a lot of these guys say all over in different threads that they're used to being emasculated by the women in their community. They always have a go at them. They always try to belittle them and diminish them. And in this instance, you see a woman challenging men to a fight. So yeah, her own demographic is not going to like her behavior because it is indicative of the struggles of men in that community. Like, yeah, the men in that community, the women in that community act like they want to be the guys. They want to wear the pants. So it's not surprising that you're not popular among your own demographic because you represent the worst things about them. The worst things. You don't represent the good things.
One of the
worst
things that
things.
Kevin Samuels used to say about that is that you know black women will say why they don't date black men, and they won't say that any other thing. They'll say niggas ain't shit, and it's like
Yeah.
you literally what they'll do that they're basically prejudiced towards their own men, and like they'll castigate the entire race of black men off as like none of them are shit. That's why we date outside our race because niggas ain't shit. And it's like it's just a gross mindset. And yes, black men do have to deal with
Rest
that.
in peace, Kevin Samuels,
that
by the way.
yo, I love Kevin Samuels, bro. Like he spoke so much truth.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just unfortunate that he didn't get to be around because he was saying a lot of shit that a lot of people were thinking, but he was in a position to say that shit. And what are you gonna tell him? He's right. What are you gonna tell him? He's telling the truth, right?
He was so
Yeah, he
cold
was one of the
hearted.
rare examples where he had freedom of speech.
He used to
Yeah.
blast some of them broads big time, and they just didn't know how to handle it. They get mad. That shit was fucking comedy gold. I used
Shout
to
out
They
to
look like
Roach.
those terrorists from Tropic Thunder.
And Wolf versus Rafa. What are we doing tonight, George?
Yeah, I mean, come on. What the hell? How you gonna put a fucking heavyweight woman against a bantamweight man?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Like the
tonight?
fuck?
No, do Gabby Fundora versus Bam Rodriguez.
Bro, that's comedy right there. George, you're fucking stupid, bro.
Come on, bro. Like,
Hey,
come on,
next
bro.
super fight.
That
Bam
nigga's at
versus
open
Gabby
weight,
Fundora.
bruh.
You know, but yeah, that I see a lot of that. You know, obviously I don't get into it because, well, honestly, it's not my problem, and it's not my place to chime in on that. I can't say that I've experienced that ever dating a black woman, but I do see a lot of black men say that, and you know that.
Yeah,
that's,
no, I'm a
that's,
black man. I can say, I've definitely dealt with that on a regular basis.
You know, and
Really,
you see that
Apocalypto, motherfucker?
Fuck you, bro. Man, listen here, bitch.
fucking Azteca,
Watch your
fucking
fucking mouth, nigga.
fucking Azteca over
We
here
got
and
we
shit.
Hold
got
on, Ignacio.
cilantro
You watch
over
your
here.
fucking mouth, bro.
Hey, yo, real talk, is your sister
Fucking
Pocahontas, bro?
But no, but the most that I can
fucking
say is
dirty bean.
that is a genuine
No mames,
conversation.
eh?
That is a genuine conversation that I have observed, just observed on many instances. That it's like, yeah, why is it that these broads act like they want to be the guy? And I don't know where it comes from, but I know that Kevin Samuels did talk about that shit. Yeah, that they be trying to be the guy for some reason. There's like this inherent power struggle within that demographic, and it's like, why nobody else is? And you know what? That's where I draw the line. That I would say, while they do have a battle of the sexes, you do see that white women try to be in control. You do see that, like, yeah, like y'all, who you see at all these crazy protests, liberal white women.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
man, but a lot of them black gals are as big as NFL linebackers. Some of them, man. You got to be careful, man. They'll crush your ass.
Hey man,
Well,
listen,
because
man.
a lot of these liberal white women are their stay-at-home moms with nothing to do with themselves but talk shit about other people.
For real, try to be a fucking hero for a cause that doesn't need a fucking champion and shit.
Yeah,
Shout out
fucking
to
middle children that don't fucking got any water fight.
No, you weren't, George.
fucking George. Just say, think of a
We
different
know,
fantasy
George, we know.
fight, George. Different fantasy fight, George.
Well, Jules,
Let's
the biggest thing,
Shut
like,
the
I
fuck
don't know
up,
if
round
you've
one.
seen, I've seen, how there's videos of like, where they show dudes, like black dudes taking or trying to take, black women out. And then the first thing they say is, oh, well, you need to do X, Y, and Z for me to even consider going out with you. Like you got to pay my bills. You got to pay for my hair. You got to pay for my nails. And like most dudes in the videos are going like, what the fuck?
Pero espera, eso no son
That's
todas
what's
las
called being a
mujeres.
parasite.
Eso no son todas las mujeres. Look, I guess I don't
Well,
know. Like,
not let me just say this, Jules. I don't think there's no woman out there that doesn't expect the man that they're with to not financially support them. But the thing is, it seems like from everything you hear and everything you see, it's almost like these women that are so mad at black dudes. It almost seems like they feel entitled to that shit. And that's the crazy part.
I agree that I would agree that I see it as being more prevalent. I do see it as being more prevalent within that demographic. But to say that it's just those women that are expecting the fucking relationship
No.
it's
No.
not like
No, there's women in every
it's all
color,
them
every
hoes
shape.
now.
all like
There's
they're
always
all like
women.
that.
You gotta
they're
be
all
above
like that.
average and making above average to take out a bum woman these days.
Yeah, you gotta take
Take
out
her
a
to
bitch
Burger
that works
King.
at fucking Barnes and Noble, bro, because she got a butt. Bitch works at Barnes and Noble. You gotta have.
Just take her to Burger King, bro.
You know
Get her a
what,
Whopper
though?
Jr. That'll be fine.
You know what,
What
though?
motherfuckers
Those
got to
women-
start doing is get water balloons, fill them full of urine, and just throw them shits at these bitches.
You know
That's
what?
it.
Look,
You're
a
gonna
lot
have to
of
drink a
those
few
women are
gallons
like
of water
that.
to achieve that, but you'll be fine.
A lot of those women are
Nothing
like
wrong with a
that, but
water
they'll
balloon,
freak
you
out
won't
the moment a guy they hear a guy as a passport, bro. They'll freak out and start talking all kinds of shit because he's going somewhere else to actually find a woman instead of one of them.
Well, I mean, if you read a lot, what you read seems to indicate that dating outside of the United States is a lot less stressful.
Yep.
Like for, like obviously some of these women are looking for a passport. In fairness, some of these women are looking for a green card, I should say.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. Of course.
there is that to consider. You know what I mean? But
Just go to the
generally, like.
Philippines.
Generally, a lot of the stuff you hear in American culture, which isn't even exclusive to one demographic, by the way, you don't really hear that from, say, British women or Asian women or just women from different continents. That, yeah, a lot of this stuff where they treat the relationship like you're supposed to be an ATM for them. Yeah, a lot of that is really a lot of it is American. They're like, yeah, let's keep.
No,
it
the real
being.
trick is to go to an area where the nuclear family is still like the focal point of the culture.
Russia.
So,
If you're talking
yeah,
about-
Petrovica.
if you-
no, them chicks will eat you alive, bro.
No,
For real.
listen.
I'm down
no.
for it.
Wait. It's not
You
that they
horny
won't,
bastard.
country. It's not that they won't. But if you're talking about traditional values and gender roles, where the man is expected to take care of stuff. Yeah, that's really Eastern European countries more than the West. All the
I want a
crazy
strong
liberal,
ice queen goth bitch from Russia.
like you'll make the
Okay,
money.
we don't want you
You'll
sounding
make
like
the
Drew.
money. Hey, shut the
Take
fuck
your
up.
cock out now.
You whoop out penis now. I make baby, and then I make you flang
I must
afterwards.
break you.
I must break. Real shit.
Jesus,
Shout out to
Jesus
Drew.
Christ,
Hey,
yo.
Kevin Samuels died with his head between a Latina's chest. What a way to go. What a way to go.
That's
Shout
that's
out
one
to
hell of a
Drew.
fucking way to go, man.
Ryo getting that WWE cross promo. I like it. Hey, man. He getting it, but it's not like he could parlay that into a big purse. You know that, Drew. His purse is what his purse is, brother.
They'll
He
probably
signed
give him
the
like a
contract.
$25 Dunkin' Donuts gift card as a
Yeah, they'll
bonus.
give him like
I'm just
like
saying,
a
does it
RB.
make me the fucking weirdo if I have her dressed like Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah, you're a
Latina.
weirdo.
What, do you have a
Shut
crush
up.
on Dolph Lundgren?
All right,
See, this is what.
he's a
Let me say
fucking
this.
genius, bro.
Let me say this, Spock. This is the problem. And this is why I don't believe in the passport bros thing per se, the way that they go about it. You can start a relationship with one of those women in a foreign country, a Latin American country, do the green card thing and all that. When she gets over here, bro, she's gonna go fucking crazy. She's gonna go nuts, bro. Like, yeah, like it's not gonna end well. And there was a story about a guy, he wifed up a Colombian broad. The broad was poisoning him over months. She's I think she was pouring
I
arsenic.
read that story.
I think she was pouring like arsenic or something in his like
Oh, in his
breakfast.
coffee, right?
Yeah, some shit like it's
Yeah.
coffee. It was his coffee, yeah.
It was his coffee.
There
Like,
was some
so-
chick that was putting car antifreeze in some dude's soda.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
only
I
reason
saw
she got
that.
caught is
That
because she
was
got
years ago.
fucking tired.
That was on Unsolved Mysteries or some shit, man. I remember that.
It's like they solved that mystery. Drew said, "Man, if your girl makes 400,000 on just a 50K bonus, you will be a house husband." Like Drew, okay, Drew.
Drew, you're just a puss, bro.
Drew, you just like to get pegged, bro. Better yet, hold on, I got you, Drew. Hold on.
Drew's let himself be cucked.
I would
Drew,
say,
Drew,
I would
this is a
say-
visual representation of your sex life.
Let me see. Hold up. Let's see.
It's a
It.
freaking
This is it. Listen. I think it's probably better. Like, where could it work to where you date someone from a foreign country because the dating scene is better? I think it only really works if you move there. That's that. Then I can see it working.
You have to leave. Yes.
Yeah,
you have to
because
stay away.
Because if you're talking about going to a foreign country and bringing a woman back to the West, she's just going to end up with Western values that Western women have, and then you're kind of back in the shit, you know. So, yeah,
Pretty much.
and look to me, pussy's great. But the idea that I gotta go 400, 500, 600 or however many thousand miles away that's a lot, bro. Put some pussy? Yeah, fuck that shit, bro.
No, Ring. I
to
kind
be
of took
honest,
your
though,
advice
dude,
way.
like having seen a lot of the stuff that's going on, especially with these youngsters nowadays, I can't blame them for being passport bros because these broads don't make it easy to get some pussy now. It's crazy.
Nah, but I would. What I would recommend, it's not travel, see the world, fuck a lot of bitches wherever you can, right?
Unprotected.
Stay away, unprotected. Get some STDs.
It adds flavor.
Right? It's all seasoning for the lasagna, bro. But it's more.
Jesus Christ.
I just think when you work on yourself, right? I really, and I stand by this. When you work on yourself and the things that are important, the women are not important. And the young men don't realize that soon enough. I don't think a lot of men really realize that soon enough. Women are not important. Relationships are not important. Your financial standing is important. Your happiness is important. Your career path is important. These are things that are important.
Your delts.
Because they have your delts are important, especially and your quads, the prosties. Herb,
Yeah,
is
don't forget the
important.
quads, man, because otherwise you just
Herb-
end up looking like fucking good Wi-Fi.
you're gonna end up looking like Johnny Bravo. But there are things that are important in your life that have a
What are you
huge
saying?
impact on your life. And what takes a back seat to all of that, honestly, is the women in the relationship you're in. Because it sounds fucked up, it sounds misogynistic, but yeah, are they adding value? Are you getting value? No, you're spending money. It's a
Just gotta
liability.
give them the skinny.
I mean, the
I'm
real
like-
trick: just lower your standards, just aim low, fuck a lot of them, get your practice in, and then you know what I'm saying, like better yourself, get in the gym, get in shape, and you'll have everything you need for whenever that one comes along. You'll be all right.
Yeah, shout
And
out to
try again
Chico.
if you
Shout
get
out
an
to Drew.
STD.
Moving her here, she's gonna be exactly, Drew. She's gonna better deal you. Exactly. You go to Costa Rica or just one of these Latin American countries, thinking you found the one. As soon as you bring her here, she's gonna adopt those Western values. So, I just personally, I think we really are in the 25th
You
world.
just gotta find one that doesn't speak English, bro.
I think we really are in the 25th world. We are at that stage where you guys all know the experiment. I've talked about it plenty of times. We're at that part in the experiment where the rats in the colony just stopped mating. Why? Because it's too fucking hard. The bitches are too hostile. That was part of the traits that the rats adopted. Gender roles became blurry, and the female rats, they became hostile and started eating their babies. So I mean, like, yeah, that's.
You mean like they're doing now?
Then
Yeah,
we're gonna
I'm
have to do
saying.
it. Then us guys are gonna have to pull a John Jones and show dominance towards the other males.
Well,
They're out here fucking goats.
Yo, I'm just that the only way that I could see someone reversing that effect, that had on that colony of rats, that society. The only way I could see that being reversed in this society is for the guys. Is for the guys to go back to being masculine and stop caring about these broads, because that's when it worked the
Facts.
best. That's the only that's the only way that
We
you
need to
could
bring
turn it
domestic
back.
violence back.
Oh, well, I didn't say all that. I didn't say all that. Now, I didn't say that. But yeah,
I
like
feel like
because
we're at the point of hard times creating stronger men, and
Yeah.
And harder men.
we're back on that cycle.
hard men with hard dicks create hard times.
Fucking guy, this fucking guy,
Equals
dog.
John Jones.
I know, man. You're obsessed with that shit, man. What the fuck?
With hard cock comes great responsibility.
There it is. There it is. Get that
I
shit
mean, with
tattooed,
the great
bro.
hard one.
Bro, I think I am gonna get that tattoo, dog. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh my god, no.
With hard dick comes
Right on,
great.
hey, right on your
With hard
forehead.
dick comes great responsibility.
Nah,
Dude,
I'm gonna get that shit
that's
on my
what
outer
sentence
forearms,
both would
bro.
say.
No, shave your eyebrows and then have it like a sentence that goes across, like with hard dick.
Like a
comes hard
unibrow? What the fuck, Jules?
So you can only tell when you're up close.
You gonna go on a date with a bitch? What does that say? With hard
Should we
dick
just
comes.
use that?
Yo,
Fucking
dog.
dude, man.
It's
And
an
then
icebreaker.
On your upper lip, it says "look down."
It's a great conversation starter. How'd you get that tattoo? I was on this podcast one night and we came up with this.
Well, no, that's answer one.
Hey,
Answer
it
two,
just came to
you
me.
tell her to look
It
down.
just like I'm about to come on you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, all right.
It
That's
just came
enough.
to me.
You went there, didn't you? You
Dude,
fucking
Oh
bastard.
shit.
Yo, Ring, I gotta send you a video, bro. It's ringing effed up, but it's funny.
No, send it to me. Send it to me. But yeah, I mean, the only
It
way
has to be the new relay intro.
the
I'll give
only
you
way
$20 to make it the new relay intro.
I'll make it. I'll make it. The only way that things could go back to being the way that they were, because I think that one of the main problems is the guys are listening too much to the girls. They're in their spaces too much. They're hearing too much about what they think. When whatever they think, you're not supposed to really worry about that. You're supposed to be you all the time. You're supposed to be on your male shit all the time. And y'all be around these girls and hearing these things in these girl spaces and shit till you start thinking like a girl. You know, you hurt now. You're offended now. Listen, check it out. Want pussy all the time, even when you're offended, and that will fix it. Hey, you a guy, bro. You're not supposed to worry about a lot of this feeling shit. You not. You're not supposed to try to be on an even kill with these broads. They supposed to have their lane that they're in, and you're supposed to have your lane that you're in. You're not trying to merge into their lane. You know, they don't like each
No, what?
other. So why the fuck would they like you? They don't like
On
themselves.
God, on
They
God.
don't like
No, one
themselves.
thing I realized about myself, because I've gotten in shape multiple times over my life. I was realizing, and the one thing I found out is I'm my most attractive when I'm not focused on anything but myself. When
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to get better, when I'm actually working, you know, and that's when I attracted the best women in my life. That's when I attracted a fucking an Ethiopian.
Lo
That's when I fucking
te lo
attracted.
estoy diciendo, when you focus on you, so does everybody else. Get that tattooed on your fucking eyebrows. When you focus on you, so does everybody else. Right? It's the truth. You can't be worrying about bitches, man. And you can't be getting in an argument. That's why what Rolly did, that's the smartest shit you could have done. Yes, Clarissa, you beat me. Yes, you'll knock me out because I don't hit girls. So yeah, you'll win. You know? That's how that he you
Someone said he was
motherfuckers
taking
gotta
shots
start.
at Tank with that one.
Yo, listen, bro. You gotta start respecting Rolly country. We all do like, yo, that motherfucker coming up, bro. He winning
Hey,
belts.
I've
That
been
dude out here
liking
fucking.
Rolly.
That dude out here fucking lawyers and shit, bro.
Lao Tzu out here, bro. He Confucius out here, bro. Shout out to motherfucking Mr. T. Increase for you in real talk. Put up Shadow. Ah, shit. I gotta get Shadow Diddy.
That nigga knows
Gotta
Shadow
get him.
Diddy's the worst one, bro. Take
I'm
that,
trying
take
to
that,
tell you.
take that.
Yeah, Shadow Diddy, like Bat Diddy don't got nothing on Shadow Diddy, bro. Shadow Diddy is the stuff of nightmares, bro. You go to Epstein Island, this is the first face you see. As soon as you get to the you on the
Not
boat to
even,
get
bro.
to
You
the
just go
island.
in. They put you in a room and close the doors. That's all you see is just the light
Yep.
shining on Diddy's eyes.
Trying to tell you, yo, it's real out here.
You're
But
looking for the club or the island. They put up the Diddy signal so you can follow it and find it and shit.
trying to tell you, big dick, a big old dick just come out the ground. Leaves start coming out that shit. It's the craziest shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like motherfuckers gotta stop focusing on that shit. Like, cause the podcast circuit is sending guys the wrong message in the sense that you're putting yourself on equal footing with them for an exchange of ideas that you will never agree with. It's that old saying that if you love a woman, you will never understand her. But once you understand her, you will never love her. So a lot of young men are getting a real negative image and a real negative look at the opposite sex, and now they're resenting them for it when it's like, bro, you're not supposed to be in them spaces having them conversations. You're not. You just supposed to focus on doing what's right for you, get your money right, all your shit, and get some pussy. And as long as you like that, you'll be happy, bro. You'll be happy.
Yeah, because
You know what I'm
honestly,
saying?
bro,
I
like,
just sent it. I
you
just
know,
sent it.
if I could just like share for just a moment, you know, like for me, what it was, you know, like, because you know, I grew up in a very broken home. You know what I'm saying? You know, I never knew my father and shit. You know, like I got taken away at a young age and shit. So you know, I never really had like a good sense of like strong family, right? So when I met my baby mama, I got shown like a really really good loving family and shit, right? And then I found out what type of person my baby mama actually is.
Mm. Mm. Oh shit!
Hey,
Fucking
Your
story
baby
was
mama
getting
got him.
good. She fucking got him. Go ahead, finish it. Go ahead. Go
My
ahead.
fault. My fault. Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Real
Did
talk.
she get you, bro?
Yeah, my fault. No, but like I got a pretty good image of what I want. It got taken away, and so I'm just on a fucking hard ass grind to get that shit because I have a very clear image now of what it is exactly I want. And sometimes it takes that shit, you know. Sometimes it takes getting that close and just having it ripped away from you just really motivates you to get up and fucking go get it.
If I could give real talk a piece of advice because he's younger than me, the most advice that I would give you honestly, and it's gonna sound kind of cold, you can't love none of these broads, bro. You can't. You can't.
No,
You
I
can't
feel you.
compromise. You can't compromise. That if you want to be because look at how it is that no guy goes into a relationship or a marriage, anything long term. They don't go into those situations with the idea that it might fail, and that's how so many of them get got. Is that well, nobody starts it off trying to fail. They start off trying to succeed. But if you look at, just threads of guys who have been bad relationship, divorce, taken advantage of, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? The world is already stacked against you in terms of your own gender. It's already a dog eat dog world. To make matters worse, now the women are adopting that mentality and they're marginalizing the roles of men in society. So you have to be a lot more selfish, I think, in this era that you're a part of. I just think you have to be a lot more selfish than people from my era or country's era, because the deck really is stacked against young men like you. Yeah, it is. The guys don't like each other. The girls don't like each other. It's always, the guys always get the back seat. In other words, like, yeah, we already didn't give a fuck about our feelings. You know what I mean? We don't give a fuck about each other's feelings. I don't give a fuck about no guy's feelings. But the girls were intended to help us with that, and now they don't want to help us with that. So yeah, fuck that shit. You got to be real selfish in this era that you in, man.
If you're in a relationship and you get to the point where you fall in love and you end up telling them I love you, that's the nail in the coffin. That's where all the downhill starts, and it just gets worse from there. Over time,
it just used to be different. I can see that it used to be different from my era, the country's era. You can see that, yeah, the values were different, so you could pursue those things. I don't really think that guys Seth's age or Real Talk's age, I don't think you can pursue that safely anymore. I really don't. I don't think they want relationships. The women of your era, like, nah, they just want a come up. They look at you as a come up. At the drop of a hat, you could end up in a bad situation, because that's just the story of the youth now. Like, yeah, they don't want relationships. They just want something momentary, and the next thing you know, you're fucked. Whereas in my era,
go ahead. Sorry. No. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt.
No. This was really fucking important. Go ahead. I really need to know what somebody
it's
said.
Not important.
No. It's really fucking imperative that important.
Shut the fuck up. All right. So fuck you.
I'm just playing.
And stand your old ass niggas, bro.
Yo, Ring. I sent I tagged you on to something on Twitter.
Let me see what the fuck this.
Oh, what is it? You, Country, and Real Talk. That's gotta be the new relay intro.
I see that. I see that.
Oh Lord.
Which one?
I can't look at it. I can't look at it right now, but I'm gonna look at it after the live, man.
Yo.
Hey, Drew.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, bro.
Someone in the chat mentioned Clarissa Shields versus the main K-Leaf. That might be the best one for her. It's,
I mean, she wants to fight a fucking guy so bad, right? Thoughts on Luke Thomas? Thoughts on Luke Thomas going off on Coppinger? Look, I agreed with a lot of what Luke said. I'm gonna be honest. I did.
Bounty increase for that shit, bro.
Hell no.
I agreed with a lot of what Luke said in terms of grading Coppinger's performance. That is he good on the mic? Not really. Has he reported a lot of false information? Yeah, he did in the past. He actually did. I wouldn't say that he's doing that now, but he did report some stuff that was like, come on, bro, like the bullshit. But why he's having a go at him now? I for what? Because he's shilling for Ring Magazine, Brody. They're all shills, like in their own way. Yeah, they're all shills. The guys on boxing scene are basically shills for Pro Box because they're connected. They're owned by Gary Jonas. The guys on Ring Magazine are shills for Turkey. A lot of the media that asked Dana White the questions at those press conferences, they're shills for him. So I just feel like to call Coppinger a shill is sort of a victimless crime. Like, bro, everybody's a shill now. A lot of the
Hell
content
yeah.
creators, a lot of the content creators in the boxing space, I'm not even going to say any names, but a lot of them, they are shills. You got David Benavidez shills, you got Gervonta Davis shills, you have Ryan Garcia shills. So if you're telling me that Mike Coppinger is a shill, who isn't? Who isn't? They're all shills, bro. Yeah, I can't have a go at him over that. You know, I can't have a go at him over that. Like now they're all shills now. There are barely any journalists left in boxing. The only ones that I consider real journalists are Steve Kim, Dan Raphael. I still think Lance Pugmire is a serious journalist. Like I have no reason to think that he's a shill. And we're focusing on America because the UK has a lot of serious people that cover boxing. Tris Dixon, all these people. They have serious journalists over there. But if we're just focusing on over here, yeah, everybody over here is a shill, bro. Practically, like yeah, they are. They're all shilling for somebody. So that's no feat saying, yeah, Mike Copinger's a shill. Well, everybody is now, bro. Everybody is. On that note, I'm fucking going to sleep. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Night,
John
fellas.
Jones mentality, bro.
Peace.
Alrighty, y'all.
Listen, bro.